ultimately, I said, "Can I dip my bread in it?" And the thing was, though, she took offence at that because, like,
Really?
she had some nice soup. It's not, but she slapped me. Why?
Oh, well, each their own.
Struggling with this thing. Oh,
No, sorry, didn't realise you were there.
oh, what's happened? Well, I can't see my chat. The chat overlays. Oh no, that's not it.
No, hang
Yeah.
on. What have you done now?
I ain't done anything. It's the chat. Oh god, I can't even read that. It's like a white screen. It's what's it say?
All I'm saying is messages from audience will display here. That's all I've got
The
at the moment.
network change was detected, is what it's saying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I'm hoping some chat will come up on the screen.
Yeah. Well, I shall try.
I can see the YouTube chat on my telly, and Leroy Screwballs was coming with that was a smooth opening. Oh,
All
dear.
part of the plan, mate. All part of the plan.
Oh, that's annoying me. That like, I can't. The chat overlay
Yeah.
in this isn't working. I've no idea why. Nothing. I
No.
don't think there's anything I can do about it.
I'll be
Neither.
I'll be honest. I'll be honestly, right? I don't actually know what the hell Jimmy was talking about at all. So.
Yes, you do. We were talking about it, right? I was saying about being out with that woman, and I said for me to dip. Oh,
Oh,
anyway,
that one.
I'm not going to
Sorry,
bloody.
that
I'm not going to bloody
woman.
Jay explain it, am I?
That woman. I get you now.
Oh,
Sorry.
good. And I'm getting some chat on the actual screen. I just can't see the chat on the
Hi,
overlay.
Jimmy. Hi, Jace from Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, hi, Rach. Hope you well.
I will try and help
Yeah,
you,
I'm
mate.
gonna have to keep staring across at my telly to look at the chat tonight, which isn't much of a change, but that's annoying me. That I don't know. So restreams on the blink a little bit tonight.
We have technical issues, people.
Well, it shouldn't affect the viewers. Certainly, everything
No.
looks normal for them. It's just for me, I think, and
Yeah.
maybe you. I'm not sure. Probably not you, actually. Probably just me. So, welcome to Leroy, Rage, and anyone else who may happen to be lurking. I don't think there's many because it only says there's 3 in the chat so far, but maybe we'll get some more joining in. Probably no Wayne tonight, no Jess.
No. Haven't heard from anybody else, I'm afraid.
Rach says restreams playing up for Twitch. Oh yeah, I always forget I'm actually streaming to Twitch and Twitter now as well, aren't I?
Right, okay.
But yeah.
Not a compatibility issue or something. They've changed their way their thing works or something.
Oh, hang on a minute.
I don't know.
I think they've. I think that's been some sort of restream update because I've turned your audio up a bit, Jason.
I'm a bit quiet, am I?
Well, normally it's like you can only turn it up to 120, but you can go up to 150 now. So I think maybe that might end up being too loud. I mean, it's you after all, so
yeah.
No one would want to listen to you.
I am the Barry Scott of YouTube. I like shouting.
That sounds more like a special needs Brian Bless.
Well, that's what Barry Scott sounds like, isn't it?
He's alive.
That sounds like a weird version of Flash Gordon. God, it's more pronounced, sir. Gordon's alive.
I wonder if the captions still work. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, there we are. Look, if you haven't followed me on social media yet, and I think everyone here has. Although Jason, you obviously don't check your Twitter very often. Rach, bloody don't make him any more louder. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Rach. Yeah, I think I've got you on all social media, mate.
Yeah, but you don't go on Twitter very often, do you?
Not overly, I must admit. I just post my links to it, mate.
I tried to set you up with someone on Twitter, Jace, but
have you?
Yeah, you got a lot of traction as well, but not from you. And it was all.
I shall have a look later, mate. Later. I probably just didn't get notified.
No,
I don't always.
So you had a good week then, Jace?
On and off. I've had to be a bit of a grumpy old shitbag this week,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, yeah.
But
I've
less said
seen your
about that, the
Facebook
better.
statuses, yeah. But
Yeah.
in the world of being geeky and stuff on
Um,
this week,
what have I been doing? Catching up with AEW. I'm only about 5 months
might
behind
be
now.
too geeky for tonight's audience. That is
Yeah.
all.
I just watched the latest episode of Hawkeye, which is
I've not
not
started it yet.
not bad.
All right, stroll on, Jace. We're going through subjects pretty quickly here.
Yeah, well, you
Um,
said no wrestling, so I'm
oh,
going on to the
I
next
didn't
one.
say, well, we can talk a little bit about wrestling, but
Yeah,
maybe
no,
maybe
it's
wait for some other people who we actually know are wrestling fans besides Rach to get in.
yeah.
Rach asked me, did I watch Get Back yet? I did indeed.
Ah,
God, it
yeah.
was, Jason was right, which is something you won't hear me say very often, but it was hard going at times. Oh, to be fair, the first episode flew by for me.
Did it?
Yeah, it was the second and third that seemed a bit repetitive and dragged a little bit.
Yeah.
I still watched it all, and I
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
still think it was a great series, but there's only so much footage of John, Paul, and Ringo and George when he's not sort of quitting the band, sort of arsing around in the studio
Yeah. Yeah.
that you can watch. Really, it did get a bit samey after a while, and
I
like
did.
each episode like over 2.5 hours long. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
and I appreciate it being thorough though. So
Yeah. No, I mean, I haven't
please.
watched all of it yet, but I have been enjoying it.
What about
Um,
spoilers for wrestling, Rachel, or for the Beatles Get Back?
yeah.
Because you can't really spoil that, really, can you? I mean, you know what happens. They all go on the roof and play, and then a couple of bobbies go up and
Yeah.
like really sort of bumbling 1960s coppers. Oh, how can we get up there? Oh,
I did think.
pulling it down. They're causing a disturbance. Oh, bloody hell! You can imagine the police now. It'd be like,
I did find. I like
Oh,
John
oh
Lennon.
God, she means no spoilers for that.
All right. No, said about the Beatles. I do like John Lennon, right? But he's a bit repetitive with his jokes, isn't he?
Yeah.
He seems to do the same thing over again. And his missus, although I don't think she's as bad as everybody made her out to be at the
No.
time, she's a bit of a weird woman.
It's funny, going back to Twitter for a minute, but staying with the
Oh yeah,
Beatles.
yeah,
Someone who obviously watched Get Back, they posted a really funny tweet. It was no one I followed. It was just something that were recommended to me,
uh-huh.
or it might have been I think it might have been a retweet from someone I do follow, and they said after watching the Beatles Get Back, it seems to me that like Yoko Ono was like waiting for the invention of the iPhone like 40 or 50 years early. It's like she's just kind of sat there like looking for something to do, but not really doing
Oh yeah,
anything.
yeah.
I
I thought
like that comment. It's like
yeah,
just like now, if like you'd see someone in a studio, if they're not doing anything, if they're just kind of a hanger on or
yeah,
whatever, they'd be like playing with the phone or something, wouldn't they?
yeah.
And I think
No,
that's the
I
point.
thought,
Yoko Ono was like sort of sat there waiting for the invention of the iPhone.
yeah. Yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. No, I was going to say I thought you were saying that because she wanted to be on. She's the sort of person that would be on TikTok.
Yeah, Chase doesn't like repetitive jokes. No.
I doesn't like what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
repetitive
you
jokes.
class orange scissors and orange slicey thing? Although to be fair,
It's not a joke, is it? It's just me being a dick.
yeah.
I admit that.
Yeah.
It's me being an idiot,
I
and
think we
it's
should stop
stuck.
with the house keys though, because that's just ridiculous. Though.
Yeah, but it's because I haven't got the scissors, isn't it?
Well, you should go and get your scissors before you start. I think he went a bit weird too when he married her. Well, I mean, if you remember, he did split up for a couple of years or so in the mid-70s, maybe a bit before mid-70s, because I think they got back together by about 1975. But yeah, he did separate, and he lived with don't know if she was Japanese as well. She was of Asian extraction. I think her name was like
Yeah,
Mei Ling or something like
can't
that.
remember.
It's the Lennon documentary. Imagine's pretty good. I've only ever seen that once. Funnily enough,
Never
I've got
seen
it
it.
digitally, but it's one of
Yeah,
these that's a bit of a faff for me to watch. So I kind of wish it'd come up on Netflix or something. But
yeah,
it's it's an interesting documentary. Obviously, it's not like Get Back, which is about 10 hours long if you watch it.
yeah.
That
Well, it is done by Peter Jackson after all said and done.
well, yeah, you can't even go for a shit without it lasting 3 hours, can he?
What, you mean the shit lasting 3 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Hell.
was John. I thought John
You
was
ask him to
always
make
one
you
of
a
the.
cup of tea and he labours 200 minutes over it.
I always thought John was a bit weird anyway. You
Yeah.
sort of watch him, and he's not the same as the others by any stretch.
No, he had that kind of some like sort of kind of off kilter sense of humour quite at the
Yeah,
start. So, like, I mean, I know Brian Epstein would have like sort of reined any overt weirdness in at the beginning, and like they kind of conformed to
yeah,
what he wanted, like dressing in suits, being all sort of nice for the media and all the touring and
yeah.
everything. But I think once they got older and they sort of decided to do what they wanted to do, that was when Lennon just thought, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna." I'm gonna be
No,
an oddball now, and
just being himself.
if you don't like it, tough titty.
Yeah, an old. But I was surprised actually. Paul McCartney.
What about
He's a right old bossy boots, isn't he?
he? He is. I mean,
He knows what he wants, which is fair enough.
yeah.
But
I mean,
you know,
he kind of admitted it himself in he was probably like near the end of episode 1 or something like that.
yeah,
That he said like, I'm feeling like I'm having to be the group leader, because just so that we can get things done. But
yeah,
that obviously rubbed people the wrong way. I mean, it was yeah. I mean, there's sort of people call it a row, but I mean, by
yeah,
sort of normal argumentative standards, it was pretty tame. But I've seen that so-called row between Paul and George, where George says, "Look, I'll play what you want, or I won't play at all." I've seen
yeah,
that before. I mean, it's on the Let It Be documentary, and it's
yeah,
I've seen clips of it elsewhere. It's um, I think Paul McCartney he did get quite a lot of criticism for many years, but they had to have someone, at least one person in the. But I think Ringo was just happy to just sit there and do whatever. Really,
yeah. He seemed the most laid back of everybody.
yeah, he just like sort of turning up and sort of banging
Yeah,
his drums and having a cup of tea and a fag, really, didn't he? He
yeah.
didn't give a shit what they were doing, but they needed
Well,
someone. Like rightly or wrongly, in McCartney's case, they needed someone to sort of just say, right, okay, we need to do this, this, and this.
yeah,
But then you are going to come across a bit like, a bit of a bossy britches, aren't you?
yeah.
Oh, Jonathan's in. Hello, Ringo. Evening all. What did Jason have for dinner today? No, we're not talking about that. We'll if we get if we get desperate for topics, we'll touch on that later. What was the
If you really want me, if you really want to know, I'll tell you
Yes,
later,
I mean
Ringo.
Ringo from the Beatles. It was good timing. If you thought I was on about you, yeah, that
Yeah,
Ringo,
yeah.
that blonde-haired lad from Portsmouth. Yeah, all he does is sit on his arse like playing the drums and smoking all day. Yeah,
That's a very different version of the Ringo that we know, isn't it? Let's be honest.
I don't know. They both
Right,
seem pretty laid
right.
back. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he'd rather have buttered scones for tea. And there's smoking. That's no. Mater and Pater would never allow that.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Be
No.
frowned upon.
He's laid back. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Screwball. He is here, and I mean, you're both welcome on the panel if you want. The link's always where I put it. That's
Yeah.
a weird
I
sentence.
would.
Link's
I
always
would.
where I put it.
I would love one day, right? And I know it's difficult for everybody, but I would love one day for basically me and you, Jimmy, Ringo, Abby and Leroy, all on here, having a good old chinwag, right? Because we've not done it for I don't know how long, and I don't know about you, but I certainly find Lee and Abby's banter back and forth hilarious.
No, I can't stand it. No, it's awful. that that Ringo sat on his Chesterfield eating a prawn sarnie. Yeah.
Exactly.
Ring,
It's
good luck with
Shay's Lounge.
the Beatles pop for your dad. Well, there's a Lennon one that's available now at Funko Europe.
Right.
I mean, it's post Beatles career, but it's still Lennon when all said and done.
Yeah. No, I said to you, I'd love for them to do the old school Beatles again. You know, in the suits as everybody remembers them. Yeah, as a 4-pack, that would be great.
I'd like them in the Sergeant Pepper get up because it's so colourful. But I say
Well,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I've got Beatles pops now. So no, if they suddenly brought out some really nice new ones, I'd be like, ugh. But I've already got them, and I'll be breaking my rules if I got more.
I do. Although they're expensive, I do like those big pop album collections.
Yeah.
If I had to, I'm not going to get them. One, because of the cost. I think they're a bit pricey, really, for what they are.
I want them, but I can't
Where'd you put them?
display them anywhere. They're too
No,
big.
exactly.
Put them anywhere.
The AC/DC one, having the complete band, I would love that. Right? Maybe even the Queen one, although you can get the band separately. And I like that Guns N' Roses one, even though it's not complete.
Oh
The
no,
ones with the skulls.
they just re-released the three, the three
Yeah,
pops, the three band members who
yeah.
everyone's already got. Ring, is there a Yellow Submarine type Funko? Well, it's funny you say that. There was a prototype, but it never got any further.
Didn't it?
Because it's on the Funko app and PPG and
Yeah,
everything.
that's what I thought.
And people, I've been shown it a few times by various people. It's like, oh, have you got this? I'm like, well, I can't get it. It never came out. Yeah, it has. It's here. So no, look, it's a prototype. But for some reason, it's included on there. Rachel,
Yeah.
you've got all the Beatles, have it? Yeah, I've got all the Beatles and the Blue Meanie. Which the Blue Meanie, I bought that a little bit later, but it just seemed, I don't know. The four Beatles, getting John, Paul, George, and Ringo was the important thing. But
Yeah.
when I saw the Blue Meanie was available, and it was like, well, that's the one other one in this lot. I
Yeah.
might as well, I'll get it.
You've
Well.
got to complete the set, haven't you?
It's a cool pop, even though I don't massively rate the Yellow
Mm.
Submarine film, so therefore I'm not overly fond of the Blue Meanie character, but I am glad I've got the pop. Leroy, three. Does that say 3 or 8? I can't see.
Yeah.
3 pops and massive display. How is £50 too much?
Well, no, not 50 quid. I've seen it for more than that. I've
Well,
seen them selling about 75.
No, they're not as much as that. The 50. Actually, they're all 50 because they've all come in stock this week at Funko Europe.
Maybe that was the provisionary
Apart
price.
from the one you'll want the most, Jace, the NSYNC one. That's 55.
Yeah, to burn it.
Yeah, because I think there's like an extra figure. There's like 5 figures in that, so they've whacked another 5.
But that's the AC/DC one. You see, it's probably the most one I'd like because they haven't released the other figures.
I'm a little bit annoyed about the AC/DC one because it's back in black, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they've already released that as a normal pop album. I've got it.
Yeah, but it's only Yangus, whereas this has got the other 4 members.
Similar. It's like,
yeah, true.
They could have released a different album. I mean, there's actually a couple of AC/DC ones. There's Highway to Hell, which I've got, and Back in Black.
You know what they should have done? They missed a trick. Is they could have done the other 4 members, just separate, and then the chase they could have had Bon Scott.
Yeah,
that would have been good.
Yeah. Jonathan Ring, top 3 bands singers go. Well, everyone knows mine.
And mine.
And Leroy's chosen Steps, and Ring's chosen S Club 7. So we've got some real music connoisseurs in.
There was only one good thing about S Club 7.
Oh no! Are you going to say something Operation U Tree, Jace?
No.
Oh,
I was
Okay.
going to say one of the members.
Oh, he did. He went there. Oh God, Jason,
What?
they're old enough to be your daughters, mate. Behave.
So? Yeah, well, my daughters could be 30. Let's be fair.
Well,
So
yeah,
what's wrong with that?
yeah,
There you
that's
go.
true.
See.
Yeah.
No, singers. Skin from Skunk and Nancy for definite best singer, and top band. Oh crikey, who's a good singer?
Thoughts on the new ABBA Christmas? Have they released a Christmas song?
Have
I knew
they?
they'd. I knew they'd really. Don't you start on ABBA, Jay? Shut up.
Hmm,
I knew they'd released a few singles off their
yeah,
album.
yeah,
I'll say it because she won't watch it, but I bought my mum the album for Christmas.
yeah. All right.
Um, Leroy went for a drink with Joe from S Club. Oh, that's the racist one, isn't it? It was yeah,
Yeah,
should be horrible to minorities on Big Brother. Yeah, yeah, she does look your type, Leroy.
yeah. No,
She's
what it
reminding me of like a younger Pat Butcher as
yeah.
well.
Was it? What was the blonde one? Hannah or something like that? Or
Yeah, yeah, I quite liked her. I suppose she was
yeah,
all
well,
right.
she was in Medieval as well, wasn't she? Or was it Medieval?
Oh yeah, I didn't watch
Primeval.
that shit.
Primeval.
Yeah.
Primeval.
Blur was a decent band. Sorry, Blue. So yeah, Blur were all right for a few years. Blue,
Yeah.
maybe not so much.
No, definitely not. Drizzling shit,
Walking back.
drizzling shits, as you might say, Jimmy.
Well, yeah. Although to be fair, I will say one positive thing about Blue. When they represented us in Eurovision a few years ago, I thought that wasn't too bad. I mean, it was like the usual sort of boy band fare, but it
Yeah,
deserved to be better than what it did. It was probably
maybe.
the UK's best Eurovision effort for quite some time. That
Yeah, I've been in a band.
and oh no, don't. And you, the Star fam, Jason. Do you like Thin Lizzy? Yeah,
I don't mind them. I don't mind them.
blonde one was the one who had a drink with. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Joe O'Meara, the racist one. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Jason was in a
No.
fucking hell.
Well, both of
Hannah
them.
was
Well,
no, Hannah. What? No, you're what was the name of her? The she like had sort of a lot more of an olive sort of complexion. Her name wasn't Olive, by the way, Jace. Before you,
I can't remember what name was.
I can't recall that. What was Blue's song? From Eurovision, I think it was called "I Can."
Yeah.
Which title wise feels a bit optimistic, really, doesn't it, for
Yeah.
Eurovision in UK? Hello, Crits Collectors. Just popping in.
Yeah.
You've been in the Weatherspoons. Oh, I am sorry.
I like that.
Like,
One of the members of Blue, right, is in a panto scene tomorrow. Right. So what they're going to say, right? They say Blue are fucking shite. Oh no, they weren't. Oh yes, they fucking were.
Rach, say it. You say it. I'll do it. I couldn't actually read that, Crids. I didn't realise you said pooping rather than popping. I
Oh,
wondered why Jason suddenly had a glint in his eye. Hannah was blonde. Then there was another. Yeah. Oh, I always forget her name. The other one. The olive-skinned lass. Not that. Why are we going on about S Club Bleeding Seven all this time? Fucking hell.
I know. Don't get
I
it.
know. Jesus. The dust goes past on that. How we doing, guys? Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Will. Yeah, mute him. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Rach, I'll save that one in reserve because he's bound to say something else stupid before the night's through. So we'll give him his last warning there.
Ask Bucketing Phone Hole.
Yeah, that'll do.
Very
That'll
good.
more than do. I'm muting myself here. Right, try, yeah, there we are. So I can't blame my eyes for that. That's my brain not working right. When's the next games night? I'm hopefully when there's more people around generally. Because usually we need about 5 people to stick around for the games. You did enjoy, yeah, you did play with us a few weeks back, didn't you, Crids? And I think you quite enjoyed it. You got used to, the rules that as long as you slag off and roast Jason Clow, then then you're more than welcome. Let's unmute him.
So I was doing proper sign language there as well.
Yeah. I knew you were blind. I didn't know you were deaf as well. Well,
Well, yeah, you do.
You
You do know that,
aren't you?
yeah.
You've got your hearing aid and that. Yeah.
There you go. See.
Yeah, just like Wayne. Exactly. See, Wayne. I think Wayne's got some sort of family gathering tonight, which
Yeah. He
yeah,
doesn't sound very
yeah.
impressed.
I think a night in with a Manson family would be preferable for me personally. But yeah, it's a Deacon family reunion tonight. That's why Wayne's not here. Otherwise,
I
we could
said to
possibly
him,
get up to five
yeah,
people. Otherwise, because I'm not sure
yeah,
Leroy and Ring will necessarily stick around for a game. I mean, if they want one, then
yeah,
fair
you're,
enough.
whoever wants to play.
I can see Hurricane Bob Craig Bell
Pardon me.
in the chat. It's difficult for me to read it because it's the Twitch chat.
Hello, Bob.
Yeah, Craig, you might be better off coming in via YouTube, and I can read you better. Hi,
Yeah.
cum-stained towel boy. Hello, Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Hurricane Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who have you been blowing about lately?
Just say something about burgers, Jay.
Sorry.
I had them for my tea yesterday. Jimmy, Rachel, yes, of course, yeah, Rachel was her name. No, Rachel, no, that's not what I'm thinking of. You know what? I'm going to fucking look it up, aren't I? No, Rachel's that's the one who F1 fat. She had sort of, it was like fair hair, weren't
I'll
it?
tell you one way to find now. Hang on.
I'm doing Wikipedia, Jace.
Well, no shit.
Don't knock your pipe out. Save your breath for cooling your porridge. I'm looking up now, mate. Don't worry about it. Right, the one I'm thinking of is Tina Barrett. Tina, that's who I'm thinking of. So, right, let's put this to bed once and for all. The original 7 members were Tina Barrett, Paul Catamole, John Lee. He was also in EastEnders for a few months in the late 90s. Bradley McIntosh, Joe O'Meara, Leroy's ex-girlfriend and well-known racist. Hannah Spirit, who Jason Watley pointed out was in Primeval, and the one that all the boys liked the best, Rachel Stevens. So there we are. You fancied the one you went on a date. Oh God. Oh, she's rough as arseholes. Fucking hell. Did you ever see her on Big Brother? I'm trying to. Would that have been? You must have gone out with her before she were on Big Brother, surely. Oh God, no. I wouldn't touch her with Jason's, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, Jonathan's still wanting to know about this S Club date. The Angel pub in Braintree, Essex. God, fucking hell! Like it's non-stop glamour in it when you're part of the music scene and you're from Essex. You get taken to all the best boozers frequented by the local gangsters and everything in the Essex region.
Yeah, they probably Yates's wine bar. You know, Yates's wine bar.
Hannah was in Seed of Chucky. Oh, all right.
Was she?
Oh, Hannah was in. She's been in EastEnders as well.
Was she?
Not for long. Yeah, not for long. That was in more recent years. She appeared about 3 years ago. How many stars has Lee met? That we can't class Joe O'Meara as a star. Bloody hell! You could tell her star was on the wane when she went on Big Brother in the first place. Bloody hell!
No, I've been quite lucky with people I've met. I think.
Yeah.
Of course, when we go. Well, we go.
Don't say that about them, though, Jace. They had to meet you.
No, I got on with a lot of them. But just being me,
Yeah. Yeah, Jason, they think you're off a happy bus or something, so they've got to be nice to you. So they don't know you any better like we do. It's like, oh, like local nut house has let out again. Like, we better be nice to this fella. For all we know, he's got like a canister of petrol on his person and a lighter.
Chloroform.
Oh, yeah. Which celebrities Jason dated? I don't know. Gretchen Franklin off EastEnders, probably. That's
Who?
she played Ethel Skinner. Jace, that's more
Oh,
from your age. Can we move on now from S? Yes, I would. I would love to move on from
please,
S
please,
Club.
please. Yes.
Jason, anything in the world of geekdom that you want to discuss tonight? I know you said you'd have to think about some things to talk about.
Yeah, no, I was trying to sort of think of a few. I mean, I said about Hawkeye briefly. That's proven to be quite a good show. I know a lot of people haven't started watching it yet. It feels a little bit almost like a sort of buddy cop movie.
Yeah,
It's got that kind of
I've heard
feel
that
to it.
about it.
I
So I just saw.
what was that?
I saw Leroy put about you dating Ellie Simmons. Is she a bit tall for him? Craig, I just that's tickled me. That I just want to give you props for your James pre. Oh, thank you for that, Craig. Yeah, I appreciate it. You know something for a 6-second clip. I probably spent more time working on that than on anything I've ever done for 6 seconds worth. But that's why I'm using it so much. I'm determined just to annoy people with it now because I spent so long labouring over that so that it looked half decent. Oh, Jace, I have a Marvel question for you about the
Yeah.
Avengers movie. Oh, right, okay. Rachel's got a
Yeah.
question for you, Jason.
Yeah. Okay. Far
I
away.
haven't asked it yet, Jace.
I don't know. I don't know why your thing still says I know I'm not, but your thing still says I'm muted.
No, you're not muted.
I know I'm not.
Well, why bring it up then? Because they
Well,
know
because
you're not.
it's showing on the screen. I don't know why it's showing on the screen. Anyway, carry on, Rach. Far away.
Fire at will.
As Dumbo might say, I'm all ears.
Oh, well, I don't mean you, Crids Collectors. If you actually, I'm not sure he's still in. When you say fire at will, it sounds like I'm being abusive to Will Fiddle.
I was going to think, what's he done now?
Yeah. We won't go on too much about Hawkeye simply because of spoilers.
Yeah.
And I've not started it myself.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Rachel's question is: you know the guy who Thanos got the Soul Stone? Is that Red Skull?
I'm trying to remember the film. If he's basically German and he's got red face mask. I think he did more in the movie, so I can't remember. Then yeah, that would be the Red Skull. I'm trying to think because it differs from the comics. You see, something Schmidt, I think he's called. I'm trying to remember. I know. The thing is, I know the books better than I know the movies. You see.
Leroy, German red face mask. This is another one of Jason's exes. Yeah. Didn't Jason?
I should be so lucky.
Didn't Jason date Eva Brown before she went off with the other fella?
I went out with Florence Nightingale once.
God, finally, Jason's making a self joke about his age there.
Why not?
Took him long enough. But
yeah, no. I'm trying to think what his proper name is. Then I'd remember. I'm pretty sure you were on about the right person, though, Rach.
He made the joke. Give us a blow, Flo.
Did he? Did he have the? If it was the guy that had the terrorist act, then yes.
The what?
The Terrasact, the cube or whatever it was that he had.
You mean the Tesseract?
Tesseract, thank you. I can't pronounce it properly. I knew what I meant.
Fucking hell, I know shit all about Marvel, and even I got that right.
Yeah, I was getting, they call it the Cosmic Cube in the comics.
Jace muted, brackets Jim muted.
Hello, Craig. Yeah. How the devil are you?
No, he's already been on Hurricane Bob.
Oh, it's because he changed his name.
No, because I asked him to chat via YouTube because I can see the YouTube
Craig.
chat a bit clearer. Yeah, I'm having for anyone who don't know, I'm having some. I can't see my chat on my computer screen. It's Restream. It's
Terrasac. Terrasac. That sounds like your scrotum, Leroy.
Terrasac. yeah. Fair point. I always give credit where it's due, and that was a good one.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from. But...
Yeah, something we can talk about today. Probably not an awful lot to mention on it, but it was the Festival of Fun releases today on Funko Europe and Pop Culture and Aussie as well. I think Pop in a Box had some, and I don't know, there might be others. I tend to look towards the ad icons and stuff like that. So I did make a couple of pickups. Leroy certainly knows what one of them is because he made the same one. He kind of taught me into it in a kind of way, but
I can't honestly remember what came out.
I mean, this question's for anyone, including Jason, if they know. But Leroy, I thought that the way Festival of Fun had been advertised, I thought it was like stuff that's coming out for ECCC, Emerald City. But when I looked on the glam shots on Funko Europe, they all still had the NYCC Fall Convention sticker on. So, which is it for? I mean, it seems a bit of a weird. It's like in between conventions, isn't it? It's weird.
Oh yeah, the Play-Doh ad icon, yeah.
Yeah, you want the Witcher's pot. There was a Play-Doh. Yeah, there was indeed. Jim, no taking the piss, but maybe you ought to get some reading glasses if you have trouble reading Twitter. Well, these are reading glasses, and B, my eyes are failing me at a rapid rate, so these aren't really doing the job they're supposed to do. But,
Craig.
The shots on the website were definitely the New York sticker, but all the advertising I saw was like these are coming out for Emerald City. So that's confused me. I don't know. It's a bit of a joke these days, really. I don't know if they know their arse from their elbow. To be honest,
you may have. No, I think you've got it right this week. Yeah, you have. No, if you remember last week's chat, Jimmy actually made a typing error on the chat title. He now knows what I sort of go through with my typing social.
Yeah. See, if I laugh at Jason for being blind now, I'm basically being the world's biggest hypocrite because it's happening to me as well. Oh dear! So now I've just got to stick to Jason's farty arse and he's like squeaky voice and his receding hairline and stuff. I've got to leave the eyes alone now because
I'd watch the receding
home now.
Yeah, I'd watch the receding hairline bit, Jimmy. You give yourself a few years, mate.
Oh no way, bloody hell! If I start going bald, then I am just off the roof. No way, fucking hell. Yeah, no way. If I go bald, that's it. I'm phoning Dignitas.
I thought he was going to say Dilarug.
Well, yeah, all then, whichever's cheapest. Why is it when you stand a pop up and then the rest of the fuckers fall down? I know, yeah, like the domino effect. I mean, I don't know if people have been, anyone here has been watching. Well, I know Jason watched one because he made a stupid comment on it, but any of my advent calendar openings, but some of those just don't stand up at
Yeah.
all.
The only comment I made was just that I personally could not tell. I mean, all right, I don't know fuck all about the show, so that probably doesn't help. But
Yeah,
I couldn't tell what they were because to me it was too small.
yeah. Well, the thing about shorts is I don't particularly like the format. It just seemed the best format to be
Yeah,
seen on
I'm
it.
not disputing that
The
fact.
thing about shorts is they look totally shit on anything other than a phone screen or
Yeah,
maybe a tablet if you've got a tablet right up in your face. Like, because like any one short that I watch, because I watch the bulk of YouTube
yeah.
on my TV via the Xbox,
Mm.
and everyone's shorts because they're in portrait mode and everything's so small look so fucking wank
Yeah,
on on any other screen, and they
yeah,
would on a computer screen as well.
yeah. So that's what I was you know, why is it shorts have to be in portrait? Why is that a thing? Why cannot they be in landscape?
I think it's because like all TikToks in like portrait, isn't it? And they're just trying to ride off the back of that, aren't they?
Yeah,
I
but
think
I
that's
mean,
what it is.
it's a shit mode. It looks crap.
Leroy watched in disbelief about my Advent vids. It's like that. I don't like shorts. I enjoyed doing the editing and stuff, but just
Mm,
the whole shorts format, I don't get it.
no,
It's a means to an end because I can put out a little sub 1 minute video a day of me showing a little mini pop and have an
yeah,
office clip. Yeah, Rach, I got the office advent calendar. It was reduced for like a pre Black Friday
yes,
thing at Amazon.
yes. I know everyone has a mobile. Thank you, Leroy, for being so
The
observant.
the
Right?
when someone releases a short that I want to watch, I have to remember to go onto the YouTube app on my phone and watch it. Otherwise, if I watch it on the telly or anywhere else, it just looks like arse. And that's why. And I wanted to say that to you when I replied to your comment, but I thought, well, no, it's like if I get too mardy about it, YouTube might delete my comment anyway. If I just say "shut up, Jason, you old bastard" or something. But no, that is the reason why you can't see anything because
Yeah,
you're meant to watch a short like this with your phone right up against your
yeah.
face.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah. I don't rate the format, but just for Advent openings, I thought, yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
let's just do it this month. You know,
I shall say
I
no more.
won't ever see any shorts from me ever again unless they release another good Advent calendar next year.
Mm.
So make the
Are
most of
you?
them. They're only happening till the 24th on my
Are
channel.
you? Does that mean you're doing 2 videos a day then? From
Sometimes, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. There wasn't two video, but all these shorts, like some of them are barely over 30 seconds. So
yeah. I know.
I don't even class them as proper videos. For me, a video
Yeah,
is something that like it's got some substance to it. These shorts, they don't
yeah.
have any substance to them.
I
It's
mean,
like,
I know. I
yeah,
know when I did those. I suppose you could class them as shorts, even though they were done in landscape. Those little videos I did of me just dicking about, right? I wouldn't have classed them as shorts. It was just
yeah.
a quick video, you know.
But yeah, to be included in the short section of YouTube, it has to be in portrait, and yeah, it
Yeah.
has to be either under 15 seconds or under a minute. I don't know. It's weird. It's odd. Rachel's got a Lint advent calendar. Oh, I can show you which advent calendar I got. I got the office one, and then if I can reach with my bad arm,
Mm.
I got a pork crackling one as well. There you go.
All right. Yeah. Cool.
And
I
Snaffling Pig, it's a brand I have reviewed on the channel before as well. Snaffling
mm,
Pig. So nice to get an advent calendar by
mm.
the
There
Britain's
was
leading purveyors of pork products, of
yeah
porky stuff.
there was an Iron Maiden collectibles advent calendar that came out, but it looks like it's a bit of a dodgy knockoff rather than a proper and official release.
You got loads of subs when your shorts went to 10k views. So it's but yeah, but like you make the effort like with like photography and stuff. Like I'm not interested in it. You know, like Funko, this is why I don't get on with Instagram, because it's just people taking photos of the pops all day, and I'm like, I couldn't be fucking bothered.
Yeah,
You know,
I've
I've bought these so because they look nice in my room. I don't want to keep playing with them and taking them out and putting them in the garden and on the fucking beach. Well, you know, I ain't got a beach down here, but you know,
yeah.
put in a bird's nest
I
or
mean,
something like that, just so I can
the,
take a few photographs for
yeah,
Instagram and for like,
yeah,
and it's if people, you know, it's a hobby for people. I get it, but for me personally, I'm only speaking for myself. I like taking photos of Funko Pops just feels like a massive waste of my time.
yeah.
I've got so much better stuff I can be doing with myself.
I do like I get what you're saying, Jimmy, but I do like some of the shots that Lee
No,
takes.
no, I like to see some. I mean, you know, like some like you get people photographing like anime stuff, and like that just goes over my head. It's like, well,
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's fair enough. You're not into it.
but you know, some of them look good. But for me, like doing it just so that I can like get a bunch of likes on Instagram, or if I did some stuff for a YouTube short, I'm like, no, I could be using this time to do like a video that I'm going to enjoy doing. You know what I mean? Or just doing something else entirely. It's art. It's a creative. It's photography is a creative hobby, but if you're
It
doing
depends on who's doing it, mate. I
if
think
you're
that's
doing
the issue.
Funko photography, I mean, that's really pigeonholing yourself, isn't it? I mean, let's
Mm.
be honest. That's like really niche. That's a niche section of a creative hobby, isn't it? You thought about getting the Beatles Super Advent Calendar, which gives you exclusive. I didn't know that existed, Craig. You like to be creative with the photos. You keep all the pictures you've taken. Well, yeah, I mean
That's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough.
yeah. It's just for me personally. I mean, I've never been overly into photography at the best of time. You know, my idea of photography back in the day was buying a disposable camera so I could take it to Spain on holiday. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's what I do. You know, I was one of the, you know, like, oh, I'm poor
Having
with little
uh,
shitty camera kind of thing.
one thing I will be doing whilst I'm away. Okay, so it's the UK seaside. It's probably not that picturesque, but now I've got a decent panoramic feature on my phone. I am going to take some seascapes because I think, not necessarily put them up on YouTube or anything, just because I think they look nice.
Yes, that's lovely,
You
Jace.
know, the
Okay,
same.
fair enough. Yeah, yeah. If that'll make you happy, Jace. You know, I'm all for people doing what they want to make them happy. I just saying like I could get more subs on YouTube if I worked harder on shorts, or I could get more. I mean, I don't give a shit about Instagram at all. I've talked about this. I've talked about it with Jason. I've
Yeah,
talked about it with Tarty. I think I probably talked about it with Ringo and Leroy to an extent.
yeah,
Instagram for me is just literally a means to an end, and I see
yeah. Well, exactly.
I see a load of people on Instagram. It's like you can tell they're on Instagram all day because they're either posting another photo, or they're posting a story, or they're doing a reel, or they've gone live, and
Yeah.
then or they're sharing someone's giveaway. And I'm like, for me, Instagram doesn't pitch my tent at all, really.
No,
Because I feel
promotion
I
and that's it.
you know.
Yeah, no, Lee, that's you about the dogging lane.
Yeah,
I'm not into that kind of thing.
yeah. He's got to take panoramic pictures of all all the car parks that you and Abby have frequented. I think.
It's not just by. It's just not. It's not just blooming car parks, though, is it? Let's be honest. That book about in the dark wood in a dark night.
Oh, I remember that from primary
That's you and
school.
Abby, totally.
That's a classic. Oh, you've just ruined my childhood. You think Jackson and Shaw just do Insta? Yeah, they did put up a YouTube video recently, but it was when they went to Wales Comic Con, weren't it?
Yeah, which is fair enough.
Well, I think like otherwise, I don't think they would have bothered. You know, if they could have done that on Instagram, they probably would have done. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The only thing
People can do
I
what they like. Maybe I'm getting set in my ways, and I don't give a shit. I like
Oh,
doing
that's it. Yeah.
I like doing a full length video on YouTube. I like the editing process. I don't want to change things up. I don't need all these shorts. I can't be doing with Instagram reels and all that,
Mm,
all that
mm,
crap. In fact, the last Instagram story I put up, I mean, Leroy's definitely seen it. I think Rach might have seen it as well. I deliberately put it up because, like, I knew people either find it funny or they just find it offensive.
yeah.
It was like everyone in their story was like, "Post the last picture of your dog, no cheating." So I put a picture up of Blondie, I think it's an Alsatian or something, which next to her, I think it's her owner, Mr. A. Hitler. And
Yeah.
the thing is, like, you can put music on your stories, can't you? And I found this brilliant drum and bass track that sampled Hitler on it. So,
Yeah.
so
Jimmy, yeah.
you have to check that out. It's
Yeah.
class.
You'll have to show me, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Rachel.
Might be able to
Yeah.
save it actually, and then
Yeah.
send it to you if you're having trouble looking at it on Instagram itself. Jim, that
Yeah.
Beatles calendar is available in the official store at about £100,
Yeah.
£100. Yeah,
I've
it
just
needs to have some good merch in it then for
yeah. just
probably
response
spend that
to
much. Yeah,
just
Ray, I
response.
thought you'd seen it because like when you click into it, you can see who's looked at it. Thing
Yeah.
is, though, I did get a bit worried because my Instagram stories automatically post to my Facebook stories as well. So like, and I don't really like offend because I've got family on Facebook and like they'll all see me like posting this picture of Hitler and his dog.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I've just been to the Harold Shipman Roadshow.
Yeah. But that's it. I was trying to be. I mean, it was just a piss take. I was trying to be
Yeah.
suspenseful,
Obviously.
really. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, everyone's always like giving a shit about Instagram stories and about tagging me each other and that. I'm just going to do
Yeah.
something just to rip the piss out of it all.
Yeah.
Uncle Goldberg would
Mm,
have
mm,
been not happy. Yeah,
mm,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Oh,
Right.
Eve.
Yeah. Rach was saying about funny bones. Yeah, that was the thing. Or in Lee's case,
Yeah.
funny boner.
You've already accused him of having what was a terror sack, a terror sack and a funny boner. Yeah, yeah. He's obsessed with your genitals tonight.
Only today. Only today.
Well, yeah, it was. Yeah, I think we were originally talking about Festival of Fun. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one because I can't really tell what it like. It's I don't know. It seems like a continuation of the
Have
New
you
York Comic Con, but all the advertising and social media I've seen about it was on about these are for ECC, which seemed a bit soon. So that's like meant to be a spring thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Emerald
What
too.
I've seen so far didn't strike me as I don't know all the ones that have come out, but what I've seen so far didn't strike me as that impressive, to be honest.
No, I mean the initial NYCC drop I thought was piss poor because there was like one thing I wanted and that office pop I got from Aussie.
Mm.
If this is like kind of part two of that, then fair enough. But even I like I like going for a lot of the older stuff, as you know. But the thing is,
Yeah.
when it starts getting expensive, you need to go into. I know you can change
Oh,
the
right. Okay.
settings. It's just I never thought at the time. Oh, there might be some people in my Facebook friends who won't get what I'm doing here.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be I love Hitler kind of thing.
No, it's just taking the piss, isn't it?
Someone could probably clip that and like use it against me saying that I love Hitler. Yay!
Well, when you're going on a holiday to Nazi Germany.
Yeah, it was like I had that in my mind. Like when Leroy
Context.
did his Funko News and he managed to
That
get me
did
to
crease me up though.
say that I was on holiday at Nazi. Yeah, it's that sort of thing. I'm just doing it for a laugh. It's like I'm taking the Michael in it. There was only
thank you. Yeah,
so I
that's
was
all I've
reading
seen.
Leroy about 6 releases though, which were 6 on Funko because there is some other there's like popular. I mean, I don't look at popular boxes, but there is a few plotted around. I don't think there's an awful lot though, is there?
Yeah. Oh, guess what the latest prop in the box for exclusive was all to do with?
Something venomized for a guess. Yeah,
Again,
they got a right chub on
for
for
fuck's
venom, haven't
sake.
they? Pop in a box.
Yeah. It's like, I said to them, do something else. And they said, oh, what would you like? So I made some suggestions.
You actually had a conversation with a hook group
Well,
about
ever so, I made a comment on one of their Facebook posts. I said, oh, it'd be nice to see some different exclusives. I said, like, what about some DC ones or some pop rock ones?
Oh,
And they said, I think they said something we'll take under advisement, but obviously they didn't.
Talking out their arse there. They just
Yeah.
placating you, mate.
Lip service.
Don't encourage them to release pop rocks exclusives because, like, I'll probably want them, and like, I'm going to have to
Well, yeah,
ask
that's
them to
true.
get them
That's
for
true.
me because of
Yeah.
my hook group boycott. It's not fair. Like, I quite fancy collecting a couple of steel books. The Blu-rays, the nice
Yeah.
sets that you get. But a lot of them are Zavvi exclusive, so I just automatically steer clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only steel book I've got in my collection at the moment, when I found Train Spotting on eBay a couple of years ago. I don't think I've got any more.
I'll tell you what I have seen that Funko are releasing, which are okay. It's a bit sort of what should we say, a money grab. But Funko, have you seen those?
Leroy's taking a screen record. Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
Rach, don't talk to me about the hook. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, Rach. Sorry, Jace, Karen.
No, have you seen those the Funko t-shirts they're doing that come in a VHS tape box?
Yeah, I'm not a
I thought they're
them,
expensive for what they are, but I thought they were quite nice.
Yeah.
They got those obviously Star Wars ones.
Yeah, quite nice. Trouble is, if it's got Funko on it, there's going to be that people who are buying them and like, oh, I can't take it out the box. So I've got to,
No,
I think for t-shirts, it's a little bit. You buy a t-shirt, you want to wear it or give it someone who it fits.
Yeah, I think the only t-shirts I haven't worn is ones I had signed.
Well,
I got when I went to
if you're wearing
Impact.
something, then you're gonna have to wash it, and things do fade eventually. So something that's got like permanent marker on it, even that's gonna fade in.
Well, I've got the Skunk and Nancy one signed by Skin, and also Impact tour with old Jeremy Borash signed it.
Oh God!
Remember Jeremy Borash?
Years ago, I called. I called him a eunuch on Twitter, and he blocked me.
He was a nice enough bloke, though. He was quite accommodating to the fans.
He just always got on my nerves, and this was back when I just used to anyone who I saw on telly or something. I'd look him up on Twitter just to abuse him, and I looked up Borash and I said, "Oh, I watched you on Impact the other day. You came across like a right eunuch," and he blocked. It's just the insult, calling him a eunuch.
Yeah, well, you say what you feel, Jimmy.
I know. I try not to do that now, certainly on Twitter, because I've gone through so many Twitter accounts over the years, and this one, it's like Instagram, really. I want it around for posting links and
why
stuff.
why gravy? Who I get? Unless it's bum gravy you're referring to.
The permanent marks on gravy and poo, yeah. And well, I was gonna say in the old sausage yogurt, but no, that's
sausage yogurt.
That's on his tea towels, isn't it? On that note, I'm going to make a drink. So, Jason, you're going to have to entertain people on your own.
So you come up with more euphemisms for spaff.
Yeah. Try and get my channel taken down while I'm gone, Jason.
Bloody sausage yogurt, for fuck's sake. Mind you, having said that, there's cock custard, isn't there? Did someone do that as a tune? The old to Blockbuster. I know they did. Was it Half Man Half Biscuit did? I think it's Half Man Half Biscuit did. What was it? Oh, you fat bastard. Yeah, they did that one. I think that was them. Can't remember now. What's it? Oh, thank you, Rach. Yeah, thank you very much. Excellent stuff. Thank you. That's two gone then.
I'm being as
Yeah,
quick, I'm being as quick as I can making my tea, Jace, because I know
yeah.
it's difficult to,
You're trying to think of
when
things
you're
to
on your
say.
own.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to be as quick as I can, and I can't type anything into the chat because the chat overlay's knackered tonight, so I
Yeah,
can't type
that's fair enough.
that you've been bumming llamas again or something like that.
Bumming llamas. That's like that expression my mate used. He said about he coined the phrase "fuck a duck on a Wednesday," and everybody was saying why on a Wednesday. I was thinking, well, more to the point, why fuck a duck at all?
Well, yeah, you won't want a gob job off one of them, would you? Like, you imagine the bee could be like quite sort of sharp. Anyway, like
Exactly. Yeah.
let's not dwell too long on that.
All right, David Ambra. How do you know? Yeah. Did you know about that? Oh, what? Sorry, what about regarding Zavi? Sorry, what did I miss? I must have missed something. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Talking to Zavi, have you heard Zavi are releasing their first Funko exclusive? All right. Oh no, I did see. No, I did see that. Yes, I did see that. Yes. No, I thought it was an okay. I thought it was quite an okay pop actually. I probably won't get it because I've got the one where he's in his suit and that, and he's in, he rips his shirt up and he's got the Superman logo. I got that when it came out. But no, it's a decent pop for sure. I think if it was cheap enough or it was a gift or something, then yeah, certainly go up on my shelf. Yeah, it's a nice one, and I think there should be more of that. I do like the movie moment pops. Especially if it's something quite different. I tell you what, I think would be a good one is where you've got Spider-Man hanging upside down and he gets kissed by Mary Jane Watson. That would be a good pop.
You old romantic, Jace.
No, it's just it was a fun moment out of the thing, innit? But yeah, no, it's good. It's good, Craig. Yeah, I know. I did see that one. I'd forgotten that was Sammy.
You just reminded me. I'm assuming Leroy's still here. Frammers, when's your comic related content coming? Because I've been looking forward to that. I know you did touch upon it briefly when you bought that what was it, 2000 AD comic.
Yeah.
In that video, and then you got annoyed because like the seller had included a load of bags and board things as extras, and you were like expecting something else. Obviously, it's like they were your free gifts, Leroy. Like
Yeah.
you were like slagging the seller off.
Yeah.
Well, where's all my extras? It's like that's them, mate.
That is true as well, Craig. Being the first Lewis Lane pop, yeah, I'd like obviously a comic book original, but that's probably as close as you're going to get. So yeah, I might get it for that reason. I don't know yet. I'm undecided.
Probably leaving the comics till next year now, as you're in Christmas mode from now on.
Fair enough.
Not sure what that means, but okay.
Yeah. Lee, do let me know, buddy, if there's stuff if there's certain comics you want. Obviously, it's be DC and Marvel mainly, but I do still have a bunch of stuff, and I just want to get rid of it. So if you want a load of them, I'll have to do your list. But if you want a load of them or want a set one, do let me know, and I'll see what I've got. Especially, I know you collect Venom now, and I might have some Venom books. Don't think I've got Amazing Spider-Man 300 anymore.
Have you got Batman number what? What, the first Batman comic? Bloody hell.
Well, not that one. I've got the
Yeah, Jason were only 3 years old when that came out.
Yeah. Is it 2010 when they started renumbering all of them? I can't remember now. Because they did Action Comics #1, Detective Comics #1, all that lot.
Rach just watched an episode of The Office. Oh, a nice one, Rach. I hope you stick with it. it's a great series. If there's anything like early on that you feel's a bit ropey, just stick with it because it does get a lot better. So no comics content from Leroy till 2022 now. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed, Leroy, because I kind of got geared up, and you'd given a bit of a taster with the 2000 AD comic that you got. So, but fair enough, you know. You look forward to seeing what you're giving us in December.
Thing is, he was bugging me for years. He's been bugging me for years to do it myself, and I didn't feel comfortable doing it. I don't know why. I just don't feel comfortable talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it was that idea of you sort of like, you know, sort of giving like an introduction to certain characters and stuff,
Yeah,
wasn't it? You
yeah,
know, like rather than just showing a bunch of comics.
yeah.
But so Stormcore Collectibles, he gets these comic mystery boxes, and he even. I do like seeing what he gets, even though it's not stuff I'd ever want to buy particularly. It's I
No,
just
but
like,
it's nice to know what's out there.
yeah, it's interesting, you know, seeing him get like, you know, issues of Thor and like variant covers and stuff like that. There's no way you can open up comics this close to Christmas and tell Abby how much that. Oh, right, I see, right? Yeah, fair enough. Leroy's waiting on the next mystery box record pick.
Is that when he back when you mean when he was doing his Shakin' Stevens stuff?
Oh no, don't tell me about that. That was the best thing about Screwball Spins ending. It meant we never got that Shaking Stevens special. Thankful. Oh,
No, I do like, you know, I do like seeing what records people have got, because especially if it's something you haven't heard about for a long time, you know, or for that matter, you've never heard at all.
I had a interesting one come today. I've not shot a video on it or anything. So it was actually part of a double order from HMV. But the other
Yeah,
thing, I've got to wait for it to come back in stock. So
fair enough.
I'm either gonna wait for that, whenever that might. I mean, that might be the new year. I don't know. And then
Hey, Justin's in.
I
Hello,
Justin,
mate.
hope you're right,
Good
mate.
to,
And
good to
then
see. Yeah.
you know, then do, oh, this is a double purchase from HMV, or the next time I buy something on its own from somewhere else, you know, one of my usual places.
Lee.
I'll show this, but yeah, it's something. I've not got anything like it in my collection before. This thing that arrived today,
Yeah.
but there was 33% off certain records at HMV, and this one and the
Okay.
one I'm waiting for.
Is that still going?
No, they did have two records for £40 again, but there was like more you sort of like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
bog standard chart stuff again. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I don't even think that's going now. But
Fair enough.
so yeah, this was like a kind of late Black Friday thing. But
No. Next year I do want to start filling some of the gaps in my collection, because there's a whole bunch of okay, the CD singles, but there's a whole bunch of the very early television stuff that I don't have. That would, you know, I want to get them all and start filling some gaps. And
was was it the
go
one
on.
you show? No, you're referring to Dookie by Green Day. No, I think that was in their 2 for 40 sale. Not the last one, the one before actually. It might have been in the last one as well. I didn't look. No, I if I see that and it's like a really good price, I will pick that up. I'm just not overly motivated to buy any Green Day albums at the moment.
Yeah.
Now this one, yeah, it's yeah. I won't give too much away, but because I don't know when I'm going to be doing the bit. I've got a record video coming out on Tuesday, but that's you know, that Coda Records site that I was
Oh
telling
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my first couple of purchases from there. One of the albums is one I used to own on cassette when I was a kid, and the other one, well, the other one will resonate for those who saw my retro subscription this month. So, but that's coming
Yeah.
on Tuesday. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all the information.
Andrew was saying the price of mini discs on Amazon is crazy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the pre-recorded stuff, Andrew. Yeah. because
I've
you know, people are just selling off like whatever stock they've got left. You know, it's like, you know, once they're
are
gone,
they
gone
quite
sort of thing.
when you say crazy, you meaning cheap or expensive?
Expensive. It'll be
Ah,
expensive.
bugger.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would
Yeah.
have, you know,
You want if you want an album on mini disc, then chances are Amazon, if anyone has it, A, it's going to be from a third party seller. It's not Amazon
and I've
themselves, and
still,
B, it's going to be some third party seller like asking a small fortune.
yeah, that's the only one. That's the only one I have. I think it's around the right way. I can't tell.
Yeah.
I got that for £2.50 in Oxfam, but that's
Mm.
only because it hasn't got a cover. So
I've still not done a video on my latest indie mini discs yet. Well, you know why, don't you? I can't cope with trying to like read stuff.
oh yeah. That makes
Like,
sense.
you know, even when my eyesight was pretty much perfect, it was quite difficult to read these. You know, I
Yeah,
love these. I think they're really nice.
get.
You know, they're a nice idea, and it keeps the mini disc thing alive.
I
You know, in the
I
2020s, but I can't read it, and as you can see, I mean, they're all still sealed. I've not
mate,
listened to them yet.
do like I've got, right? Okay, it was given to me by the hospital, but get yourself a magnifying glass with a light on. I know it makes you look like an old bastard, right? But you know,
That's never bothered
it
you in the
helps.
past, Jace.
Hey?
That's never bothered you in the past.
No, but you
Or in the
know,
present, to be perfectly fair.
no.
Yeah, the
I've
blank ones are. You know why, Andrew? Because I think Sony in Japan they were still manufacturing blank mini discs up until possibly either last year or year before. So it even they're now sort of like there's a finite amount of stock because it's
ooh,
weird how Sony they were still manufacturing them right up
I
until sort of a couple of
I
years ago, really.
I think I've still got some sealed ones somewhere. Oh,
I've got a few blanks, and I think one or two of them are still sealed.
yeah.
I the thing before my eyesight went off a cliff, I was like, because I've made a couple of mini disc compilations that you know that I've taken on holiday and stuff like I've done like a compilation of tracks on CD, and then rather more complicated, but it ended up working out fine. I just had to like edit, you know,
Yeah.
track
You
space
know,
stuff. I
you know
did
what?
I did a compilation of stuff off vinyl records, like singles and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a nice compilation, and it's weird. Like you put a mini disc on, and you can hear like sort of slight sort of vinyl-y kind of crackles and stuff. It's pretty cool. But I want to do more of them. Like you know, even though really I only ever listen to those when I like go away, and I've not got another holiday booked, but think there again, like to do that properly, like I want my eyesight to be better. So all this stuff, like I've got books to read, you know, I've got mini discs to listen to and to review and to make videos about anything that involves a lot of reading and especially small text.
It's difficult.
I'm just going to postpone until I've had my operation.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's what it is. You know,
Yeah.
I'm looking for big things to
I'm.
go on the channel,
I'm.
like
Yeah.
big records with bold text that I can actually
Yeah.
read when I'm holding it up. You know.
Well, some of them. I mean, I won't say what it is, but one of the records I've got. Um, Trying to read the text on it was a nightmare because it was like
I've got some
it
like
was,
that. Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like it was like green. It was like green on a black background, and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah. Yeah, even some record. You know, you think when something's 12 by 12 inches, you think, oh, well, I'm going to be able to read what's on here, and then like because of the design of it or
yeah,
whatever, like all the
Leroy.
all the credits and track listing and everything's like really small and in
Well,
like a weird coloured font that doesn't really
as you
show up on the background.
we were discussing about me trying to improve my 33s and 45 videos, making them a bit more entertaining. And I keep looking for the inside track to see if there's any writing on that. That's getting really difficult to do now.
Mm. When's my I don't know. I was referred by my optician. That was nearly was that nearly 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Something
your ops sounds like a blooming yogurt drink.
Europe. Sounds like a posh person talking about his holiday. I went to Europe.
I went to Europe, yes.
Yeah, the simple answer, Craig. I don't know yet. I don't know if she referred me as urgent. She might have done because she said when I had another, it wasn't the full eye test because I didn't need another full one.
Yeah.
But when she saw me a couple of weeks ago, she said, "Oh, blimey, your right eye really has deteriorated fast, hasn't it?" You know,
Yeah.
she knew I'd only seen her a few months previous, and it was,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't brilliant, but it weren't, you know, I was
I
able to see stuff
yeah.
back then. And then
The thing,
even she couldn't believe how quickly it'd
do
gone back.
you
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, and simply because I don't want to be waiting around because I'm going to be shitting bricks over it, I'm
Yeah.
hoping that she's put me down as like an urgent case, which will mean
tell
I
me?
might get shunted to the top of the waiting list. But
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
She might not have done. I could still be sitting here in 6 months waiting. But yeah,
I'm not.
if I'm on the waiting list, I've just got to grin and bear it, haven't I?
Yeah. What I was going to say?
You
Yeah.
left your
Has she?
Brexit, that looks like. I don't know if that's me not reading
Well,
it.
no,
Or
it is Boxit. We left Europe for Boxit instead of Brexit. Yeah, I'll go to Boxit. No, it should be Broxit. No, what I was going to say was, Jimmy, has she said why she thinks it's deteriorated so rapidly?
It's she don't know. She just knows that like it's cataracts, and it's like it's also
Yeah, I know what it is.
it's one of those what do you call it when something's like handed down, you know, through generations in your family. It's
Yeah,
I nearly called it ancestral, but that's not quite the right term. It's you know, it's like that sort of thing. It's like on my mum's side of the family, like it seems like including my mum, like everyone's bloody had eye trouble. So, and for years I was like, oh, I've never had to wear glasses. You know, I've had perfect vision all these years,
yeah,
and I did. You know, I used to pride myself on being able to read stuff like number plates from like really far away and things like
yeah.
that. You know, and like and now it's like, yeah, I'm just like everyone else on my mum's side of the family over the years. Like, my mum's got glaucoma as well, so
Yeah,
I've
that
got to
doesn't help,
watch out.
man.
Yeah, I've
They,
got to watch
they
out.
thought I was going to get that, but then I got cleared, so I'm okay. No, Justin.
Too much. Yeah, yeah. They do say it's a bit of an old wives' tale, isn't it? I mean, we'll have to ask Jason whether it's really true or not. I think he's living proof that there's probably something in that.
What was I going to say? Yeah, no. Justin said about his gran had a sheet of magnifying plastic here to use to read things. Always liked it.
Yeah, just the inherited issues. Yeah, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Helped him with his keeps his magnifying, keeps his dyslexia in check. Yeah. I've got there's several good things you can do. I've got these little wallet-sized bits of magnifying plastic. So when you're out and about, that's quite useful for looking things up. But what's really useful is if you get the camera on your phone. So say like you're trying to read a menu, because that can be quite difficult. Is you get it and you zoom in and use that to magnify it as you're looking, and also also put the
yeah.
the
I've kind of
flashlight
done.
on.
Yeah, occasionally when I've sort of needed to see some really small text, you know, while I've just been at home, really, I've done sort of. I've like maybe something on a website. I've kind of just really zoomed in on it, but yeah. Yeah, I know this. I know there's ways to kind of, you know, for me, it's a lot of it because like I'm always I'm either filming stuff or I'm thinking about what I'm going to be filming next. So like I'm always thinking now like, oh, I can't do my mini disc stuff because I can't be there like fiddling around with magnifying glasses or stuff. Well, even if I had any, you know,
I am
like, just review. I want to do it like my normal way, just like like seamless. You know what I mean. Without me. I don't want to review. I don't want like an unboxing or a review to be about me and like my struggles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I don't make apart unless I'm taking the piss out of myself.
Yeah.
I don't make a big deal about my issues.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned it in 2 or 3 videos recently, and I've been brief, but I'm thinking, well, I don't want to keep going
Yeah,
on about it because it's like it's my health. It's a separate thing. I don't,
yeah, yeah.
I want this channel to be like it always is about the enjoyment of collecting, and I don't want it to get bogged down with
Same.
any
Yeah,
personal issues. But
yeah,
I do feel like if someone who maybe hasn't watched me for a while suddenly watches me, it's like, well, why is he wearing glasses, or why is he squinting, or whatever? Then
yeah.
I feel like people deserve
Well,
a
no, I mean,
brief
if
explanation. So it's.
it was the cheeky bastard that said I look like a fat Chinaman.
I don't know that. What that's
That
someone.
way it was funny. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was hilarious.
That was one of Dale's friends. That because it was like,
Yeah. Was it?
oh,
Was it? It
Dale
wasn't
and
Choochie,
Kelly.
was
Because
it?
when Kelly put up another picture of her and Beardo's wedding, so I did my usual
Yeah,
photoshopping your head onto Dale.
yeah.
And just someone I didn't know him, like not a friend of mine, just you've made Beardo look like a fat China man.
It made me laugh. I thought, I was like, I mean, I said,
It was
I
funny.
called him, I think I called him a cheeky bastard, but it's like, yeah, all right, fair enough.
Justin's got issues on his dad, so yeah, it's me mother's. So, I mean, me dad has worn contact lenses and glasses for as long as I've known, but he's not had all these like hereditary. That's the word I was looking for. A hereditary issue.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
knew I'd think of it. But yeah, me mum glaucoma and cataract. She's hoping she'll eventually get a left eye, although she reckons a right eye is pretty much perfect
Well,
now. Although
I
she did
think
have to have 2 operations on it because the first one didn't work right. So
although
yeah.
uh, although a lot of my family have had sight issues, mine, well, with the retinas and everything, is because of my issues to do with my hole in the heart when I was a kid. That's where the same goes for the deafness. That stems from that more than anything else. Because yeah, Did you find yours was quite sudden? Your eye deterioration. You just suddenly
Well,
noticed it one
They were
day.
like they were. I'm not exaggerating. It almost felt like overnight. Like one day
Yeah.
it was fine, and next day I woke up and everything started being all fuzzy, and I'm like,
Oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
No,
what's going on?
that was my thing. I happened to be at work when I first noticed my eyes going off, right? And there was this, and this is quite common with a detached retina. You get like a flickering in the
Mm,
corner, and it's like someone's getting a almost like someone's got a flashlight and they're switching it on and off in the corner of your eye,
yeah, yeah.
right? And that was bloody unnerving as hell. That was. I wondered what the fuck was going on.
Mm,
Do you know what I thought I'd done first of all? Because I was doing a cleaning job, I thought I'd got bleach in my eye.
mm,
And then I
yeah.
went down, the doctors looked at it and they said, no, we're getting you down to hospital PDQ.
Mm.
So there we are.
Yeah, yeah. This nerdy chat's really taken a positive turn,
Yes,
hasn't
anyway, let's lighten the mood.
it? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Jason and I are a couple of blind old farts. Now let's move on to something more positive.
No.
Rach, your oh yeah, I forget that you've got a hearing problem. I mean, I'm very
Yeah,
slightly hard of hearing, but
yeah.
nothing that needs any urgent attention. No eardrum in your left. Oh blimey,
No,
I didn't
I
know
didn't
that,
realise
mate.
that, no. So
Oh,
you hear absolutely nothing at all then in that ear.
oh. Well, Jason, when you're whispering sweet nothings to her, you have to remember the correct ear, right? What? Sorry, Rach, I couldn't resist. Close to my
He's had cheeky. I think there's one thing me and Rach can agree on, is you're a cheeky fucker.
Justin wants to talk about hashtag clostomisation. Yeah,
What the bloody hell's that?
you've seen that, haven't you? Justin did a custom pop of you. You've seen it, surely. You've
When was
got
that?
it's got glasses on, which for you seems a bit like gilding the lily, really. But
Yeah. How long ago was that?
only this morning he put it up, I think.
Oh, well, then I haven't seen that yet.
But yeah, oh no, actually, because he showed me some photos, like, oh, I've got this. I want to customize it to Jason.
There you go.
Well, I think he sent
Oh,
me
I
them
no,
privately.
I shall have a look, sir.
Oh, thank you, Craig. Yeah, Craig. The one thing I'm worried about. I'm worried about like being in hospital and stuff. But apart from that, the one thing I'm worried about is like, I've talked to Jason about this at fairly considerable length. I'm worried about kind of just having to take a break from the channel for however many weeks,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm trying to get ahead of myself with certain things that I can advance, like Top of the Pops and Smule and stuff like that. But not knowing exactly when I'm going into hospital, like I say, it could be 6 months or it could be 6 weeks. I have no
Yeah.
idea. So
Yeah.
it's difficult to get totally
Once
too far ahead of myself. And then, hopefully I'll be putting out some content while I'm sort of fit to do nothing, really. But
I think you'll be surprised actually, even with my retina reattachment, how quickly your sight comes back. And you don't have, obviously, you've got not all yours is a lens issue. I know that
mm.
sounds like I'm dismissing it. I'm
No,
not,
no, because it's
right?
what it
But
is. Yeah,
it's,
no,
you
yeah.
know, I knew that I would have some significant sight loss, but at the excuse me, at the same token, because they put a new lens in, I didn't
Yeah.
have to wear glasses anymore.
Mm.
And they've said to me, there's no point me even using reading glasses because it won't help any.
No.
So I think I would be surprised if you're not back and up and doing something within at least 2 weeks, probably
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
probably a week,
I'll see how it goes. It's
probably
just
a week.
you
I
know me, like I
Yeah,
don't like to kind of sit around twiddling my thumbs at the best of time.
no, no,
I can always like listen to something or watch something, and even if like my eyesight's
yeah.
not brilliant for a while, but I
The,
can listen to it while it's on the telly, sort of thing. But
I would say
it's
this.
you know me, I like to be working. I like to be
Yeah,
doing stuff on. I like to be doing YouTube stuff. I like to be filming or
yeah.
editing or planning things. Making notes and stuff.
Well, you know
And
damn
it's
well,
all that
mate.
I might need to give a break from for a little bit.
You know damn well, mate. You got any? I'm not saying I'm going to have all the answers, but if you want to know, what to do, what to ask, the rest of it, I'll help you out where I can,
Yeah,
buddy.
no, mate. I appreciate that, mate. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
It's just a case of waiting at the moment, and then when the next step comes, then I'll deal with that. As and when, really.
yeah.
Coombsy says, "Stop twiddling." Deacon does that. Well, yeah, we did. Hello, Coombsy. Hope you're well, mate. I thought there was something meant to ask you, Coombsy, and if I had, it's gone right out my head. So yeah, sorry, but welcome to. It was Coombsy's birthday the other day. I do remember that. So happy.
Oh.
I wished you a happy birthday on Facebook.
I can't remember if I did. If I didn't, Callum, I apologise.
Yeah,
Try to
I
keep
do
track.
miss a lot of people's birthdays.
Yeah,
On Facebook, like, and I feel guilty after the fact when like I do realise because they've put a status up. Thank you, Evan, for your birthday wishes. I'm like, oh shit, I meant to wish them one.
yeah. I hope
But
you got some decent stuff, mate. You have to let us know.
your health is worth more. It is, yeah. It's just because that's like my number one hobby. It's like what takes up most of my time. It's going to be a bit of an adjustment for me to stop doing it for even like. Even with bad eyes, is if I'm not doing something YouTube related, like for a couple of days, I start getting a bit sort of anxious. Like, oh, I need to be doing some. That's why. I mean, the other day, unfortunately, it was an evening where my eyes weren't too bad. They weren't brilliant by any stretch, but the other day, I just felt compelled. I'm going to do another top
Yeah,
of the pop reaction.
don't.
So
Yeah,
I managed to film and edit and finish the Top
yeah.
of the Pops reaction for January, which
Justin, mate. Justin, don't say things like that. It'll scare the shit out of Jimmy.
Oh, I won't look at it then. I won't
No,
look at it.
don't. You won't have to worry about anything. You won't have to worry about anything like that, mate. Anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure whatever you say, if I'm gonna have to squint and lean forward to read
Yeah.
it properly. Anyway,
It's a
Justin,
bit,
I know
it's a
you're
bit
meant to.
cringe, mate. It's a bit cringe. Oh, what's that? Sam's thing I forgot to.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. One of Coombs's friends in America, he's had a pop for me for God. It
Oh, right, okay.
feels like about a year now.
Yeah.
I
Well,
keep actually
I
forgetting about it. He's
that
visiting his
trike.
folks for a bit. So he said,
That
save the Christmas, bro. Do it. Yeah, look, I've waited this long, so it's
yeah.
yeah.
Well, what's it? Unbook the unmasked Cartman. I was probably waiting for about a year for that to get hold of, because it's been sat in Colorado for what 8 months or whatever it was.
Yeah. Got a lightsaber for your birthday, cost you a fortune. Oh yeah, yeah, you do
Awesome,
collect
mate.
yeah, like lightsabers and stuff, don't you?
My mate was going to get me one of those 150 quid ones, but he's decided now because, because of COVID, we've missed so many sort of birthdays and Christmases and stuff between the pair of us. He's going to take me on a cruise somewhere with him and his missus. So that should be good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Breaking
I,
news:
I don't know where yet,
Jason's
but
going on a gay cruise.
no, but yeah, I've always wanted to go on a cruise. I mean, yeah, all right, you're not going to see me doing bloody
He
shuffle.
he didn't deny it, did he, folks?
I'm not going to do shuffleboard or anything like that. Or sit there playing fucking bingo all day. But you know,
Oh, you look old enough.
I've never played. I wouldn't even know what. I know roughly what
Hey,
you've got to do with shuffleboard, but
to be
I've never
fair,
seen
I
it.
mean, this might make me sound like an old dollop, but there's nothing wrong with a game of bingo.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
nice to have a bit of fun with it.
No,
Jake's still waiting for a pre-order from Pop Culture. I don't think I've ever pre-ordered anything from Pop Culture. That's the sort of site I always wait for things to come in stock.
I
Don't
think
fall
I've.
overboard. Chase. Well, no.
Yeah, That's right. I'm not a bad swimmer.
Don't worry, after this box is all right for anything since he's at his own spot now. Our stuff just happens to be kept at the parent. Yeah, I mean, it's only that well, it's two things, but the other thing was, it was I might as well say it's like it was the Marvel Lucha Collector Core box that I ended up getting from Blind Boxers anyway. So I'll have a spare one of them, and that'll probably be some sort of giveaway or something. I think if people are interested, because I know those Lucha pops didn't really catch on.
Yeah.
So. I mean, they cancelled that second wave, haven't they?
Yeah. Did you get to say about the Lucha ones? Did you get any of the sodas?
No, I've thought about it, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to be really strict with myself and only get ad icon sodas. But I've been tempted because they've released a couple of the sodas that haven't come out as pops, haven't they? Like Thanos and Captain America, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember.
They've come out as sodas, and they would have probably come out as pops, but they seem to have cancelled the pops. Jim, once you get better and your eyesight is back, I was thinking it's been a while since you did a pop showcase. A bit, yeah. I mean, that's something I do. I do like to do them kind of like once a year, and it'll be over a year and a half since I did my last one. So yeah, I am kind of overdue for that. Yeah, I'll try and. I wasn't happy with my last one. I ended up having to do it on like screen record the app, and it just because I need to figure out a way of filming and like there's not too much reflection. But that is something I will aim to do at some point next year, Craig. Yeah.
I keep promising Ringo for years that I'd do a showcase of my entire collection, but I've never had it the way that I want. It's getting there, but it's gonna still take me a while. So I don't know whether to show where I've got to so far, and then once it's complete, the way I want, is then do it again. But the thing is, it'd be a long ass video with the amount of pops I've got.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, mine would not be quick. I mean, I think I've got more than you now, Jay. I must have. Do I have the normal Lucha Wolverine? I think Wolverine was one of the ones in the collector core box. So I'll have the the special one with the Marvel collector core sticker on it. Because I know they are markedly different. The other two in the collector core box are just like metallic, and they look almost identical to the commons. But I think it's the Wolverine one that does look different because it's like a different color. I think I'm probably misremembering because it feels bloody decades ago. I know it was like under a year ago when that came out, but
Uh, well, no, that's yeah, same as well. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Craig. Um, I mean, if people want to see where it's at so far, I can do that. I've got no problem doing that. Probably be after Christmas now, because I know I've got a few bits and pieces coming. So I'd rather get that sorted to the point that I can actually
um,
show
after
it. But yeah,
today's video where I decided I'm gonna get. I mean, I won't go on about it because I don't think you've seen it yet, Jace. But I decided just to get a. There's a line of 3 that was going cheap at Pop Figures, but now I'm back to just waiting for pre-orders now. So
well, yeah, a lot of mine are pre-orders.
yeah, hopefully some will be coming out before Christmas. But I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be in the new year now. So there's apart from
Ah.
apart from the Funko Advent calendar, there might not be any more Funko
Mm,
content per se from me this
mm,
year.
mm.
Yeah.
Kumis is saying it's a black and grey. That
Yes, that's
sounds to
it.
me
Yeah,
like
yeah,
his X Force outfit.
yeah. Because the common one's probably nicer, but I'm one per series, so
Mm,
I don't want both.
yeah,
I saw that earlier, Rach, about Luna Lovegoods falling over and giving your pops another domino rally. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I don't know if I said to everybody, I lost 2 of my Funko Pops. Right, I was sorting out my Kingdom Hearts ones. A bloody Donald Duck and Sora fell off the shelf and both broke.
Oh yeah, I remember when you said a couple.
Yeah, I was well pissed off about that. But
Because
Go on,
I
sorry,
said to you at the time, um,
keep them in
anything that's
box.
like either particularly financially valuable or sentimentally valuable to you, even though I know you prefer stuff out of box
Yeah,
generally, but you might be better off putting like your more valuable stuff back in box
I
and in
yeah.
protectors,
The thing is,
just to be on the safe side.
yeah, the thing is, you feel with some of. I mean, those weren't overly expensive, so it's
Oh
not
yeah, I didn't think
you
they
know.
were from the way you
Um,
talked about them.
but I mean, things like the Hobgoblin. I kind of like the fact that I've got it in with my Spider-Man stuff because it's part of that, and you feel a bit weird sticking it on the shelf in the box on its own.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? The only ones I've really done with it, done that is the custom ones that my mate made for me, and
Coombs has got a
things like
dent in his
the
part of his
flocked ones.
floor. Oh, I can't see that.
Right. Sorry. What's Kim saying? Oh,
Something
I
about
have a dent in the back
smacking.
of my party
Oh, when he
Thor.
smacked it to the floor.
Yeah.
Craig's collection is valued at what's that? 8,230. Is that pounds or dollars, Craig, for 561? I know my valuation, according to the Funko app, which I know isn't massively accurate, but it went over £10,000 a while ago. It's like
I
on
don't. I
10,600
you
something
yeah
there.
you got far more bloody pops than I had. I thought I had a lot. I
Well,
got over
yeah, I mean,
300.
I'll have more now, but don't forget, like the reason, like my valuation for my collection went up a fair amount is because I like those higher end Grail levels pops that I was getting, and I was,
Well,
the
mine.
deeples and some
Yeah.
of those had icons that have like paid off in
Yeah.
installments and things like that.
Yeah. Well,
So
mine
that's helped bump my value up
yeah.
really.
Mine
It
will
worked for
certainly go
them.
up.
I'd still have a lot of pops, but they'd be all sort of like relatively inexpensive ones.
Hmm. But no, it's just saying the fact that Craig is saying he's got 561. I thought I had a lot. I don't think I've got that. Now, here's a question for you.
£5, right? Okay.
Yeah, here's a question for you.
I like
Do you,
the big boy stuff.
yeah,
With her.
do you count the multi packs as one pop, or say it's a 3-pack as
Well,
of 3.
personally, if it was like down to me, I'd count them like one each. But like on the Funko app, like like they'll count a 3-pack or a 4-pack as
Yeah, yeah,
one figure, which is not particularly accurate, really. But I just go by that. I mean, it's just an easy way of cataloguing my collection. I mean, it's important to keep it updated, I think, whether you've got TPD or that for
yeah,
insurance purposes. I mean, I'm not going to bore
yeah,
people about contents insurance again because I've talked about
no,
it before, but it is important, I think, if anyone doesn't have it.
yeah,
I mean, if like you live with like your parents or someone else who's got
yeah.
it, and like as long as you check with them that like you're covered, by what their policy, fair
Yeah.
enough. But if
I've
you're not, then it's like insuring stuff. It's cheap. I pay under
it's
£10 a
fine.
month, and
Yeah,
like
it's cheap,
and
cheap.
that's for £10,000 worth of. In fact,
Mm.
that's
Have
like
you?
the pop collection alone's worth 10
Yeah.
grand, and I think my music collection's probably worth about 15 now. So I
Have you?
I really ought to be upping my
Yeah.
premiums again.
Have you? Have you got, or have you given your insurance company a list of what you have?
No, because they've not asked for it, but
See,
that's what they send an assessor out for, though, isn't it? Like if you get burgled or you get damage or
yeah.
things like that, isn't it?
See,
Like
because I mean,
if they asked me if they got in touch with me and said, "Look, we noticed like you're insuring for a certain amount. Can you let us know exactly what it is you wanting covered?" Then I'd be happy to do so. But they've
yeah,
my insurance company
because
have never
you,
asked me to. I don't
yeah.
I don't know enough about insurance to know if other companies might do that, to be honest. You
See,
know,
what I'm
people's
thinking of,
mileage might vary on that.
yeah, what I'm thinking of is you got some. Well, same with me. I've got some quite expensive pops now.
Mm.
Um, and I'm wondering if would they, how it's how they would gather what you've actually got.
You need accurate pictures of what you had beforehand. Well, I've not got. I mean, obviously, I don't take a photo of every pop I've ever got. But the thing is, my YouTube channel would probably count as evidence, wouldn't it?
That's true.
And I've also kept, I think, all or the vast majority of emails and stuff. Like order confirmations and things like
All
that as
right.
well.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I've never done that. Not once I've got the pops and I know they're fine, we'll just like get rid of them.
the email. I always save the email like the confirmation, like the ones where it says like, "Oh, you can track your order here," and I'll delete them once I don't need them. But the original order confirmation, I'll always keep them. So there is other ways of prove without having to take a photo of everything.
Yeah.
It'd be. I suppose that I could take maybe like I don't know 12, 15
I
photos
shall.
for the entire collection, but
Yeah.
whether
I
that'd be
shall.
good enough for insurance purposes, I don't know. But
Yeah.
you'd think like like hundreds of YouTube videos where I'm actually
Yeah.
like you can see me physically holding it. That'd be good enough.
Yeah. What? Yeah, because I mean, I don't have to pay for insuring my actual property as such because obviously that's covered by my landlord.
Yeah, content insurance
It's
and
yeah.
home
Well,
insurance aren't
obviously I've
necessarily
got
the
that.
same thing. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah. For those who think, oh, I've got home insurance, or whoever I live with has got it. Yeah, you have to check and check. It needs to include contents. Most
My
expensive pops are almost in the
well,
region of three figures. Rachel's was worth 3,859
yeah,
and 259. That'll be the amount. Yeah.
yeah,
So it's I mean, it's just a safety net really for me because I mean
well,
I'm saying it now, and for all I know, I could get burgled tomorrow. But
oh
I
yeah.
I do live in a quiet area where there's like very little crime. Like the worst
Mm.
crimes you get round here is like some old sod like letting his dog shit all over the pavement. That's like tantamount to manslaughter around it. But
Yeah. Right. I'll be back
but,
in. Yeah.
that I'm not saying, oh, there'll never be a crime wave around here, or I'll never be a victim of crime. I remember when I lived in Lincoln when I was at university. I left my wallet in the living room, and because the window was open, it was like September or something, nice, late summer's day. Some fucker off the street climbed in through the window and nicked my wallet while I was out the room. I was going ape shit. I was like, I'd only been at university about a week and a half, and it's like fucking hell. I had
Yeah,
to cancel my bank cards, go to NatWest and say, "Oh bloody hell, can I have a new card? It's been stolen." I had to get the police. I had to tell the
yeah.
police and everything. It was and then it was like and then my housemate said, like, "Was the window open?" Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's why then. You like
with
left
that
your wallet in full view of an open window.
week's closed question, no, I have to wait till after Christmas. And on that note, I will be right back.
Yeah, Craig. I had my booster a couple of weeks ago, actually. Yeah. Um, the Pfizer one, because I think that's the only booster that at least in this area is available. But originally, I had the Astra, Zeneca, the two original jabs. So I'm like all boosted up and everything. Compared to some areas, yours is quiet. We wouldn't say it's crime free. No, long shit and shot as well. Long shit. You're thinking of Jason's area. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this like minor crime. It's stuff like kind of petty vandalism and things around here. But because it's like I live in like a rural village and like everyone kind of knows one another to an extent. It's like it's a fairly safe community for stuff like that. But I don't want to assume that it's always going to be that way. Pop Tart's just popping in. Hello, Pop Tart. Nice to see you. Yeah, we've talked about all sorts tonight, Tarty. You were mentioned earlier. I'm trying to remember what for, but I think you were just mentioned in passing, really.
Jimmy Barnes is a quantalopa.
It sounded like you had some sort of weird, like Arkwright style stammer. Then,
I did get my
cantaloupe. Or
I did get my mucking thirds muddled.
Yeah. Well, like you did with Terrasac, you mean?
Yes.
Timed it well. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Tarty don't really want to hear about.
No, that's all right. We're trying to move on to better things. So
something not. Yeah. I think I just mentioned that I'd talk to you about something, but I've forgotten what it was now. What did I say I'd talk to Tarty about earlier? No, why am I asking Jason?
I know the thing he was saying about with the advent calendar because I know Tarty's into the office.
Yeah, it's Tarty's fault I got that because he sent me the link saying, "Oh, this is on a Black Friday discount," and I thought you were buying one. It's like, "Oh yeah, we're going to be like, oh, we're both going to be opening the calendar, like we're both going to be doing that in December." And then like I sent a message to Tarty saying, I did get it," and he was like, "Oh, I didn't bother in the end. I can live vicariously through you." Oh, great. Okay.
Well, cheers for that.
Yeah, we did mention, yeah, because we talked about YouTube Shorts for a bit, and how I don't like the format. And Jason was saying how the videos he can't see them properly on a computer screen. And the thing is, you're not meant to, are you? You're meant to look at them on a phone or a tablet. That's the whole point of them. Tarty's too tight.
Is he now?
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
Tight Tarty pickled a ton of. I'm trying to think of a Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers type thing. My brain just won't work that fast.
Brain fart alert.
Indeed, it's a good way to save money. Sorry, Coombs, I might have missed what you were referring to there.
I think he said about getting someone else to buy it for you, so you can just watch.
Yeah. Although there's it's American ones though. I keep seeing like opening them though, and it's like I spoke to Lee Tarty about it earlier. the order of the figures coming out of my calendar is completely different to the order that they're coming out for American office calendars. So it's weird.
Aren't they exactly the same things though?
Oh yeah, they'll all end up being the same figures, but they're just in a completely different order for me as they are
Weird.
for like these
My,
American
my,
channels I see.
mind you, I've had albums like that. I've had albums, I think
Well,
we
yeah,
would.
it's not really comparable. You think an advent calendar from Funko, you think it's got to be exactly the same, like throughout, like no matter what region it's in. All right, cheers,
Well,
Scott. Thank
yeah.
you, mate, for coming in. Coomsey, pretty much very easy money. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you,
Cheers, Lee.
I'm glad he sent me the link because I'd never got a Funko advent calendar before, and it was a good price. It was like it probably had nearly £20 off at that point. And it was just I knew it'd be like nice, sort of something slightly Funko related for December because, as I said earlier on, I'm not actually expecting to do a whole lot more Funko content this year now, unless suddenly a barrage of pre-orders comes through.
That's yeah. I've just reading what Coombsy put about Run DMC with Peter Piper. Yeah, I mean, funnily enough, I'd like to get some Run DMC albums. I don't have any.
I got which was the one I think it was King of Rock. If you remember when I got that when I got the bundle the
Yeah,
Run DMC bundle from Zynga
yes, I
months
do.
ago,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
decided to buy an album at the same time. I think it was one off Discogs or maybe eBay. I think it was King of Rock that I ended up getting because it was a good price. It's a
yeah.
good album. Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe getting more Run DMC in my collection eventually.
There's
I
so
can,
many.
I can recommend King of Rock because I've got
Yeah.
it.
What? Do you remember what tracks were on there? The well-known ones. Because that wasn't
Well,
that one.
the title track, King of Rock, I
Yeah,
knew
obviously.
that. There didn't seem an awful lot else in the way of like big singles. Like It's Tricky wasn't on that album. I think that was on a
No.
previous one. Obviously Walk This Way, it was a bit late for that as well.
Yeah. Yes. I believe those signed DMC one was $7. Is it $7 a pop that do the signed ones?
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah. They quite often get. They're bloody expensive, mind you.
Mm.
Right. I'd love some of the signed ones, but what was it? There was some Michael J. Fox signed pop, and I think it was Sobe that was doing it. That was £300.
Mm.
All right, yeah, it's cool and all.
They
But
did recently. I was part of their they call it like a Thanksgiving week discount, but
yeah,
they had discounted all their current signature series stock by 15% recently. Because
yeah,
I
they're still
thought when I was
pricey
having
though.
a little look, like there's a couple of Kevin Nash or Diesel pops that were
Yeah.
a bit cheaper. There's still like probably a couple of $100 though.
Well, you know me, I prefer. All right, I know some of the wrestling ones I've got autos that I bought, but that's because I'm highly unlikely to meet that person. That being said, I prefer to get them in person. And like you said about Kevin Nash, well, I was lucky enough to get to meet him.
Yeah, my
So
best mates met. In fact, my best mates met a lot of wrestlers. He's met Scott Hall.
yeah,
I think he gets like his WWE encyclopedia signed, but every time he goes to a,
well, that's a good thing. I tell you what, I
yeah,
have. I tell you, yeah. Now here's a question for you, right? Saying about that. Would you say our autograph videos are interesting or dull? Because I'm undecided.
well, I'm not the world's biggest autograph fan, as you know.
Yeah.
I think it depends what the item is that's been signed. Really, I like seeing a lot of these like signed pops being unboxed because I like looking at pops. So, but I don't know. You did like the autobiography from Skin. The
Yeah, but I mean, I was more
I
talking
like
about the
seeing
book.
that, but that was something I know. I was the one who actually alerted you that was on that was for
Yeah,
sale. So
yeah,
that was kind of
Yeah.
that was scratching an itch for me because it's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I had a hand
No,
in this
it's
sort of thing.
because we're going back to the early days of TNA. As you know, I went to some of the meet and greets, and I've got like the promotional booklet, which loads of them have signed, and I'm thinking, should I showcase that or not? Is it going to be interesting for people? And it's also how to film it. Do I try and scan it in? Do I take a photograph of it, or do I just hold it up to the camera? What do you
Um,
do?
for me, if I was doing something like that, I'd probably either try and take as clear a photo as I could and like superimpose them into it, or
Yeah,
if I had access to a scanner, which I personally don't,
yeah,
I would maybe scan them. But
yeah.
that's
It's
my
okay when they're flat. Obviously, I can do that. But when it's in a book and you've got the, if you like, the fold.
yeah. Well, photos. I mean, you're looking like you've got a new phone, a
Yeah,
newish phone that's got a presumably pretty decent camera on it.
it
So,
has. It has. Yeah.
oh yeah, so yeah, I'd say like just take some photos then, mate. Coombs is waiting for 2 signed ones from people who don't do UK cons. Well, yeah, I mean, if like I say, I'm not an autograph chaser at all, really.
Mm,
I don't know. It's just never something that's like massively
yeah.
appeal. I got Bret Hart's autograph. I got a photo with him like some years ago, which was a nice thing. But that kind of scratched the itch for me. I've never really been compelled to like want to do more. I know.
No.
Well, I know for a lot of other people, it's like they like to do as many as possible, really. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
I am.
it don't
I
interest me massively. I don't
yeah.
know why.
I am quite selective with what I get. To be fair. No, Rach was saying about Kenny Omega. I Kenny was supposed to have been at the Wales one this year, along with
It was,
Sting
yeah.
and Jungle Boy. I would have loved to have gone, and I was going to go with Leroy, but Leroy couldn't go for whatever reason. And another one of my mates, I think Javon, and he was going to go, but again, he couldn't afford it. I
Craig
think it's because it's too close to Christmas.
Craig met all the Knight family. Oh dear.
I saw. Yeah,
Right,
I don't know that I'd want to meet all of them.
Craig, rather you than me, mate. I've heard some dodgy stuff about that family.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
well,
go into it now, but
yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
one of those Knight brothers. I remember he put a Facebook live video up once, and I managed to catch the replay of it. And he's a right cunt.
yeah. And
Seriously,
I think I think,
that is I mean, yeah, I know they've kind of important in British wrestling, like some more modern British
mm,
wrestling, but
yeah. Well,
I
it's
yeah, I don't
the
yeah,
women. The
the
women
Knight
got.
family, I kind of try and steer clear of anything to do
Yeah,
with them because I've
yeah.
just I've heard things about them and I've seen
Well, yeah.
firsthand what like one or two of
Well,
them are like.
the woman got prosecuted for molesting a male fan.
She got accused of it. I don't know if she got prosecuted ultimately,
Ah,
but
right, okay. Well, she certainly got accused of it.
I'm a member of the UK fan forum, the wrestling
Yeah,
thing, and the guy who actually accused her, he was in one of the threads, and he was there giving all the details and stuff, and that's where I found this link to one of the, I can't remember which Knight's son it was who put this Facebook video out as like a response. It was there saying, "Look what this guy."
mm,
Saying about, this is what he's
yeah,
saying, and it
yeah.
weren't pleasant any of that at all.
No. The only thing I will say is I did see. I can't remember his name now, but anyway, Paige's nephew. I think I said to you I saw his first ever wrestling match or proper wrestling match, shall we say?
Well, I
Anyway,
mean, I didn't know she had a nephew, but I mean, I
yeah.
suppose,
Well, of all places, it was the Bognor Regis Centre.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the kind of when you I suppose if you're really mad on your wrestling, then yeah,
She is.
you can class them as celebrities. But for me,
Yeah,
like the Knights, for me personally, they're kind of a bit small fry, really, for me to
yeah.
like. Oh yeah, I'd love to meet the Knights. It's like one. Well,
Well,
I wouldn't because I know
no,
what an iffy family they are, and
yeah.
B, like I'm just not don't think they're that
Mm.
much worthy of
I think
anyway.
Paige is the only one I'd care about meeting up with.
She's the one who got a movie. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, for
Yeah,
Phoning My Family.
it's weird. I watched, it must I think it came on Netflix, I don't know, a year ago or something that,
Yeah,
I I didn't rate it.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was
Uh,
reasonably enjoyable.
uh,
I mean,
I mean,
our family are right blooming. Well,
like,
what I
that
call
was
what
then, like, that was like
chavvy
blink blooming
bastards.
heck. I mean, like, if the real, Zack Knight, or whatever, the Ricky Knight and
Ricky Knight, that's the main
Soraya
one.
Knight were like bloody Lena Headey and Nick Frost, then everything would be all right. But
Yeah,
I think in reality they're not.
yeah.
Yeah. So that was
Um,
it was not a realistic depiction, and I just didn't think it didn't really work for me. Really, I mean,
yeah.
some bits were all right, but on the whole, I watched it and I'm like, well, I'm glad I watched it, but I'm not asked if I ever see this again.
Coomsey, remind. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with especially recent generation with names of actors and who they played. Who did Florence Pugh play? Was that the Wasp?
She played what's its sister in Black Widow, didn't she? Well, kind of sister, Scarlett Johansson's younger
Oh right, okay,
kind of
okay,
sister. I forgot the name. I do apologise, Coomsy. I know
yeah,
you're a big Marvel guy, so you'll
yeah,
be able to fill in the gaps.
yeah, Yelena. So yeah, that was
Yelena, Yelena, or Yelena.
yeah, yeah.
And she was. I knew I'd recognised her from somewhere, and yeah, you just reminded me. She was Paige in Fighting with My Family.
Ah, it was the same
Yeah,
person, right? I didn't realise that.
yeah,
Got you. Thank you.
yeah.
Thanks for elaborating.
People are raving over Fighting with My Family when it came out, and
It's
even back,
it's
I
it's
don't know.
not.
It just seemed really kind of fluffy, and just like there was no great substance to it.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's. I think it sort of touches on her career, but it doesn't go into massive
I mean, there's a
detail.
lot of artistic license there. You can tell. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I watched. I finally got to see that Mister Rogers film, and I watched it more out of curiosity than anything else. The one with Tom Hanks in,
yeah, I know which one you mean.
right?
I don't I don't know enough about. I mean, I know who Mr. Rogers is
Yeah,
generally, but I've
yeah.
not
Well, they
felt
did
compelled to
say
watch it.
in the quite clearly they put in the bottom at the end of the movie. Whilst this is based on real people and a true story, right? Some of the events were um, altered for dramatic purposes. They actually say that in the credits.
Yeah, I mean they've got.
So,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think they do anything that's like meant to be based on real people. They have to put like some disclaimer in, like some of the stuff that happens in this movie didn't actually happen in reality. Where they put it better than I did, but
mm,
um, Coombsy Pugh did a good job. Yeah, I mean, as acting goes, she was decent as Paige in the thing, but for me, the film as a whole, and I was probably expecting more from it because
yeah,
Stephen Merchant wrote it, and I quite like some of his work, like with
yeah.
Ricky Gervais. Um,
Obviously, you had the Rock's involvement with it because he
yeah, although
wasn't he
that was, I felt that was pretty pointless, really. That.
yeah, but wasn't he an actual executive producer as well?
Yeah, yeah. Because, like, I mean, he weren't in the film much. He was like more of a
Yeah,
cameo.
no. It's just
Yeah, I think he
well,
was like.
it probably did happen like that. It probably did happen like
Craig,
that.
here's one little story for you. Did you know that Knight's company was meant to have been the company involved with with
Oh, well,
the World of Sport?
yeah, that was abysmal.
Yeah, it was a bit crap. That I think Abysmal's a little strong. It was watchable, but yeah,
No,
but it was a limited series, and
yeah,
they were trying. They sort of crammed in a lot in like what was basically, I don't know, a 6 or 10 episode season, and you just knew. I knew that was never going to get a second series. That you know, I just
I just like what Coombsy's put. Just his wording.
left out stuff about the craze, like the bit where the two brothers give it to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, we get what you mean, mate. Thank you.
Paige and her
Yeah.
family have had heavy involvement in the film, according to, I I
Well, yeah.
you know what, I kinda doubt that to an extent, because just like
They
knowing how
made it
weird
more.
the nights are, you'd imagine like any professional film company and producer and everything would be like,
Yeah,
"Well, we'll take some notes off them and like interview him a little bit, but like
yeah,
we don't want these too close because they'll just like cause a load of shit." Because
yeah.
they are pretty
I,
involved,
I
aren't
did.
they, the nights?
They glossed. They did gloss over a lot of stuff, and you,
But
you
I
do.
barely class it as a biopic. That for me, a
Yeah,
biopic. I don't know. I mean, it's ironic because I'm a big, my favorite movie of all time is 24 Hour Party People, which is
yeah,
technically a biopic, and that's got so much artistic license in it. It's
yeah,
like, that's like kind of the point of it. It's like, all this stuff may or may not have happened. It's like,
yeah.
we're sort of, this is like the legend rather than like any sort of 100% verifiable fact. But it worked for that. But for fighting with my family, it just didn't quite work for me somehow. Stephen Merchant actually used the original documentary in the origin of the
Yeah,
film.
I did see that. I did see the. The documentary. It did show them more as what they actually were. Because they're not nice people. Even Paige is, well, she's got dodgy background anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
she's probably turned out about as well as she probably could be coming from them. But
yeah,
no, well, no, one of her brothers, though, I can't remember which one it was, whether it was Zach or Roy.
I
Yeah,
think it
one of
was
those
Zach.
two. But the Facebook video that he put, I mean, yeah, I got that he was emotional because he was like sort of trying to defend all these accusations about his mother. But like, why would someone make those accusations in the first? In fact, I think some of the accusations were proven because like they'd actually been caught on video camera.
Yeah,
So there was no way like Soraya Knight could even deny it, because like they were taping their own shows in Norwich. So
yeah,
and like he could pinpoint like that were me, like that she's there sticking a tongue down my throat, and I'm like
yeah,
14 years old then, or whatever it was.
yeah,
But like, yeah, I mean, it's not. But I mean, a lot of stuff were coming out about wrestlers at that point, particularly ones in Britain. Weirdly, I mean, it's. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to upset Rach or anything, but I mean, if you know, Jimmy Havoc's career just completely ended at that point, didn't it? I mean, I know you were a
yeah,
massive fan of him. I mean, and I don't want to, I don't want to get you into any kind of whether you still like him or not, because that's your own business, Rach. But that was around that time where, particularly British wrestlers, but there was a few in America, like I think Riddle had some accusations leveled at him, and a few other people. But yeah, that speaking out movement from about, God, was that about a year and a half?
yeah. But I mean,
Like,
I've got no problem with if it's legit, right? I've got no problem. I've got no problem with being,
well, Jimmy
people
Havoc
doing
lost
that.
his job, didn't he?
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah,
I mean, he was like probably the first person I remember who got released from AEW, and that
yeah,
was that
yeah,
was the reason. I think initially they said they'd sent. I think they said they sent him to like some sort of counselling or something, and like
yeah.
maybe like
Well,
drug rehab. But
he
then
got
they
into
just
a
released him anyway because,
yeah.
well, like after some of the allegations about him, they couldn't
Well,
really
it
bring him
wasn't
back,
just that,
could they?
was it? He picked a fight with Excalibur. He got
Yeah,
absolutely bladdered and picked
yeah,
a fight
oh
with
yeah, I
Excalibur.
forgot about that actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I know you were, because obviously I remember like you used to post pictures of him on Facebook and stuff, and I didn't want to bring up anything that might be kind of a bit sensitive for you, but
mm,
yeah, that was one of the guy that was like he had a lot of accusations and allegations.
I
Like
mean, I'm
there's a
hoping.
lot of others. I mean, people in WWE, like I mean, Jack Gallagher, he got sacked, didn't he? Few
Mm,
people in NXT UK got suspended for a little while. I
yeah,
think one of the Coffee brothers had
yeah,
to serve a suspension.
yeah.
Um, oh,
Oh,
I'm
there's loads
forgetting a
of them
lot of
around.
people who either got
Yeah.
fired or they got some sort of reprimand
Mm.
in
The thing is,
WWE.
it's got to be very difficult for a company because I know there's a lot of people that things have been found as to be false, but it's still fucked up that person's career, right? If you if you've generally done something, then yeah, you should be penalised for it. You should be you should be fired, all the rest of it, jailed, whatever. But there are some of these individuals that things happen because through no fault, it's nothing they've done wrong, right? It was something an incident that occurred.
Oh,
They happened to be there,
yeah,
and
one
they've
guy,
got roped into
like,
it.
he's not someone I ever really saw because I don't think he never worked for WWE, but I think he was quite high up in Impact for a while. That Joey Ryan, and I always thought his gimmick was absolutely horrible. That was
Well,
just
yeah, yeah,
like, but the thing is, like, people, like, for I don't know, it's weird how people's mindset changes, isn't it? Like, because for a while, this like whole sort of guy with like this guy with like this supersonic penis gimmick kind of thing, because that's
yeah.
basically what he was.
It was always supposed to be
Yeah,
sleazy.
everyone treated him like the greatest comedy wrestler in the world for, and
Yeah,
right at the very beginning, it's the first time I heard about him, I'm like, well, that's a good gimmick, is it? That's just
yeah.
creepy. And then
Well,
eventually it came out that he was a complete sex case. But it's
yeah,
like, you know, like bloody hell with that sort of gimmick. I mean, he's hardly likely to be a bloody choir boy, is he?
yeah.
Well,
But it's like
he's apparently another
I think
dickhead
the thing is
in
what they were
real
trying to
life,
do
Joey
is
Ryan.
yeah. I think what they were trying to do is they were trying to go back to sort of well, yeah, the Val Venus type of character. This sort of
Yeah, but it was
sleazy.
way more like Val Venus. If you look back on it, that was, by comparison, that was probably
Oh, it's tame.
fairly tame, really. I
Yeah, I
mean, that
know,
was
but
more like innuendo.
it was still a adult movie star if you want to be polite
Yeah,
about it.
was that Joey Ryan character like
Yeah,
that he did? Oh, that gave me the creeps from the get go.
yeah,
But
yeah.
for a few years, everyone was like, "Oh, he's one of the best things on the Indies." I'm like, "Is he? He might,
I didn't.
he could be a brilliant wrestler, but for me, it's just like this like really creepy looking bloke who like
Yeah,
gets people to touch his willy in every match. It's like it's ugh.
yeah. Because he wasn't it. Was it
I'm
bringing
sorry.
sleep?
Yeah. Look up Joey Ryan on Wikipedia one
Yeah,
day, Coombsy, and
yeah,
you'll learn about him.
yeah.
Doctor
Wasn't
Who Flex.
yeah, wasn't because it was something like bringing sleazy or bringing dirty back to wrestling, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I
Something
mean,
like that, anyway.
I know the character, and then what he was accused of doing behind, off camera is different,
Yeah,
but it's like for me,
I
I always had that prejudice against him
yeah,
anyway. So it didn't
yeah.
surprise. Like for other
No, no,
people, like you look at someone like say Jack Gallagher, for instance, and he plays like quite this sort of like well-spoken gentleman type guy on telly, and then you
yeah,
realise like it's like a nasty piece of work off screen. He's like
yeah. What
it's a
was
bit of a
his?
it's a bit of a jolt. It's a bit of a jolt. But for
Yeah,
someone like Joey Ryan, like as soon as I heard that,
yeah,
I'm like, well, I'm not fucking surprised. I
yeah.
would have predicted that fucking 4
Well,
years ago.
I never did hear. I mean, is it something you can say on channel, or will you tell me about Jack Gallagher later?
I can't remember the exact ins and out. All I know is like he was like one of the main people like who had allegations about inappropriate behaviour and possible sexual abuse, like during the speaking out movement stuff.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And he lost his job,
But then you had people
and
like and
he can't
yeah,
get booked anywhere
yeah,
now either. Joey
yeah,
Ryan, and bloody
yeah,
good job
yeah. I
because
mean,
he's
there's
someone I don't think he ever properly apologised either.
no,
Like
no,
he did like a weird. I remember. I think he had a YouTube channel. I was never subscribed to it, but I saw the link somewhere.
Yeah,
He put
but
this weird video out that was like, you think it was going to be an apology, but it was basically
yeah,
him kind of trying to defend himself, and it was
yeah.
just it didn't.
The thing
It
is, there's
didn't
people
come
like
off.
Enzo Amore who got into trouble, and apparently that was all bollocks.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
And
he
then
was.
and it fucked his
No,
career up.
he never. As far as I remember, he never got any accusations leveled at him when all these sexual
Yeah, but
improprieties.
he's still got fired
Yeah,
for
it was.
WWE
I think
for it.
he got into trouble like for sort of more behavioural stuff like previous, but I think by all accounts, A, like you say, I think some of it was like exaggerated, and B, from what I can tell now, he's a little bit irritating, but I think he's on the indie scene, he's seen as a relatively professional person to deal with now. He's kind of grown up a bit, so.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't follow the indies close enough to
No.
know really.
Yeah, apparently Gordon
Yeah,
Ramsay is a nice guy.
Marty Scurll. Yeah, he was. It was like a big guy in Ring of Honor. I think he'd even got the book in Ring of Honor. He was like running the show pretty much, and all that came out about Marty Scurll. Yeah, and yeah, because he was someone I did used to quite like it. I liked him in New Japan actually. I thought.
I never rated him.
He looked like he was going to become a main eventer somewhere. Him and yeah, Marty Scurll.
No, I never rated him. I thought the whole Party Marty gimmick was absolute shit.
No, that was crap. But like he's the one he did more in more recent years, where he wore that funny mask. I thought he was a lot better.
But yeah, just the name
as,
though,
as he
the
developed.
villain. The
The
villain.
villain,
It's sort
that's
of
it.
like
Yeah,
you could have come up with a better name.
and he had Villain Enterprise. Well, yeah, I suppose, but anyway, he's someone else who seems to have fallen off. I mean, I expect one or two of these people you will see him crop up again eventually, like somewhere when the dust's properly settled. But it depends. I think for people like Joey Ryan and Jimmy Havoc, I think they're just done completely now.
Yeah, the only way Jimmy Havoc will ever come back is if, well, basically as he's been told, is to clean up his act. And he was given a chance, and he didn't do anything with it.
No, probably.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. The guy, for whatever reason, was going through some really bad shit, right? And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But at the same token, you got to take responsibility for your own actions.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's still an adult who makes his own free choices when all is said and done. I mean, you can. Yeah, I can cut certain people certain slack for certain things, but you can't do it every single time when someone's doing wrong thing after wrong thing, really.
Yeah.
David Starr, yeah. And I didn't really know who he was until all this came out, because there are a few names in there, and I'm like, who the hell is that? And like, because there were, the people who really only worked for the indies and like in Europe and stuff. I think this David Starr guy, I think he was American or maybe Canadian, but he had worked a lot in Europe apparently.
No, there's a lot of stuff. I do think, and this isn't a new thing. This has been going on for years. This whole, I met so and so and so and so, so I'm gonna fabricate a story, or what should we say? Something that might have happened, but I'm going to play the victim so I can get cash out of it.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone ever has actually made any cash. I don't think there's been many convictions, if any at all, really. I think the end game for a lot of people, particularly like the victims in this speaking out thing, was like that wrestling in America and possibly in Europe as well will become kind of more regulated, and there'd be like more unionization and things like that, just so that there's more safeguards for not just for performers but for fans as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird because like if a lot of this stuff, if like I remember being on the UK fan forum like 15 years ago. I mean. And like you heard stories about certain wrestlers, and everyone just thought it was funny, like, such and so and so's got a bunch of ring rats, and basically wrestling groupies. And
Yeah.
like now, if like anyone sort of said that, it'd be like, no, that's not. It's weird how kind of society has changed, really.
Well, it's all
Yeah,
about
I think in a lot of respects, it's changed for the better, and
yeah.
people are taking more responsibility
Well,
for
you
other
wouldn't.
people's safety and
I,
everything. But
yeah.
I remember a time. I remember a time when it was like, oh yeah, like let's list like all these wrestlers about how many ring rats they've admitted to shagging and things like
Yeah.
that.
But then what's the difference between that? Like you said, what's the difference between that and groupies? And I, I'm
Nothing. I mean, ring rats are the wrestling equivalent of groupies. It's
yeah.
just what they call
See,
them, isn't it?
see, you know as well as I do that a lot of the fans, the female, well, I mean, male fans probably as well for that matter, but a lot of the female fans are like, oh, I really want to get into his underpants, bloody bloody blah,
Yeah. And
and then
15
and then
years.
the reality of it happening is
Yeah.
completely different to what they
Yeah,
expect it to
like,
be.
they don't forget, like, a lot of these were, like, historic allegations as well from, like, some of them probably from, like, 10 or more years ago, and, like, some of these ladies who'll be now sort of in the mid, late 20s or whatever, they would have been kind of, underage or, like, sort of on that sort of threshold, like,
Mm.
mid-teens kind of thing, and
Well,
probably
that was it.
well, a decade ago, when they're in the mid-teens, and like they just thought it was a laugh, like, oh, I can get pissed with this wrestler I've been a fan of, and like maybe something will happen,
Yeah,
and and then as they grow up and mature, they
yeah,
realise, hang on, like I shouldn't have been in that position, like,
yeah,
and they were the adult that it was their responsibility to tell me to fuck off, sort of thing.
mm,
Because if you're an impressionable, I mean, I'm saying girl, but if you're an impressionable wrestling fan, like
yeah,
you're not very old, like, and a wrestler who's maybe 10, 15 years older than you, who you're attracted to and you're a fan of,
yeah.
is buying you booze or drugs and is inviting you to
Well,
a hotel room. I mean, at the time, you got to think it's the coolest thing in the world,
yeah,
aren't
yeah.
you? But
Well,
it's grooming, is what it
yeah,
is.
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, to an extent. But I mean,
Well, it is. Like,
yeah,
especially if like you like. I mean, we know 18 is 16 is the age of consent, but
yeah,
18 is like the age where you
yeah,
consider to be an adult. So there's always that weird kind of couple of
yeah.
years
So,
where, like, if you're 16 or 17, yeah, technically you're old enough to you're old enough to procreate, you're old enough to have sex, but you're not classed as a full adult until the
no,
age.
I know,
So
I
it's
know.
a weird kind of. So the responsibility, I think, for me personally, it still lies with the adult, and the adult's going to be the wrestler, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. But the thing is, it's especially now, more modern times. It's very difficult to judge the age of how old someone is,
I
especially.
think it always has been in some ways.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, kids seem to be allowed to do, uh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, like,
stuff like
obviously
makeup and stuff.
parents need to take a degree of responsibility, but
Yeah.
you know what? There's only so much a parent can do. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah, yeah,
you've
yeah,
got some
yeah,
wayward teenager, like,
yeah,
oh, I'm going out to this wrestling show. I'm not gonna be back maybe till tomorrow morning.
yeah,
You know, um,
yeah,
don't
yeah. But
worry about me.
you
But
can't
like,
watch them
you won't
twenty
see
four
you won't
seven.
see me for 24 hours or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
what short of like locking the doors and windows and locking them in the
yeah,
bedroom. I mean, and you can't. The older you get, the more difficult it is to show that level of discipline. Really, like, you
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Like, what do you do with like a 17-year-old girl who's like insisting on? Yeah, it's a complicated issue.
It is. It is.
But in relation to the wrestlers, you have to say, like, I know there's always certain different circumstances, but the book has to stop with the
Oh,
wrestler who's there
yeah, yeah.
providing the alcohol, who
I
is
mean,
who is finding these suggestive texts and
yeah,
messages and comments and chat. who's like
Yeah.
finding it a bit of an ego boost.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've got, they're the ones who've got to
There
realise
was.
that they're putting themselves in a potentially dodgy situation with a young girl who
Yeah.
could, in years down the line,
The.
suddenly realise when she's grown up a lot and she's got a job and responsibilities, and
Yeah.
she's not like a tearaway anymore. She realises, hang on a minute, was I put in a kind of grooming sort of position there? So,
Just seeing what Craig said about the uh,
oh, you'll have to read that
about
out.
Seth Rollins. Did you both hear about the catfish victim who still thinks he was
Yeah,
talking to Seth Rollins
yeah, he
even
was.
after his attack on
Yeah,
Seth
yeah.
Rollins?
Apparently, the guy who attacked Rollins on Raw, he'd been catfished, hadn't he?
Wait, what does catfish mean? I've never understood that phrase.
It's oh god, I'm trying to think of the best. It's like it's like when you cut sort of conned online. It's like often used in like a kind of sexual or romantic way when someone's kind of pretending to be someone else to like
Oh, I
either get
see.
money
Yeah,
off you or to to like put you in
yeah.
like a
So,
sort of some sort of sexual kind of
yeah.
scenario, really.
So basically, a lookalike.
Like a fake account. It would have been like a fake Seth Rollins account, like
Got you. Got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
this wrestling fan.
Because there was that catfish, the show. You see, and I
Yeah,
didn't get what that was all about.
yeah. It's a similar thing. It's like people pretending to be someone they're not
Yeah.
online to get something out of someone. That's the easiest way I can say it. And when someone puts a picture of Chris Hemsworth on Tinder and gets Jason Clow instead. Oh dear. Yeah.
Well, I do get a bit of Thor around the edge region sometimes.
Oh god.
Was it was him that played? Oh no, there's that another guy. I think I've got the wrong character. I think it was Captain America, wasn't it? So that's wrong. Never mind.
Oh, well, I always get Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth.
I get them fucked.
Evans is Captain America, isn't he? And Hemsworth's Thor.
He's Thor.
Yeah,
That's all right then.
Hemsworth's Thor. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm right, aren't I, Coombsy?
Yeah, that's all right. I thought I had it right, but yeah. No, but no, I mean, you look at the '70s bands like Kiss and all the rest of it, and Motley Crue. I'm surprised nothing's come out from about them. To be fair.
Yeah, I think when it's the music industry, I mean, bloody hell! Like, there's probably so much sort of misbehaviour that's gone on, like in the 1970s, probably into the 80s, really. That like we'll never hear about because, especially now, we need to keep that swept under the carpet.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Rage.
James, we don't need to hear about that.
Yeah. Rage. Go on, say it, Rage. You know you want to say it. Go on after my last
I
comment.
haven't done it for a while either, so I think I know you asked me earlier, and it was being fairly quiet there, so I didn't do it. The Stones should have been locked up. Well, I mean, bloody hell, Bill Wyman. I mean, he was like the oldest Stone, like originally. Anyway, he was about 5 years older than like Jagger and the rest. Bill Wyman, and he was in a relationship with Mandy Smith. Yeah, he muted. All right, yeah. You're gonna get Rater's requested it. I'm gonna mute you just for a moment, Chase. Yeah, Mandy Smith. She was like 13 or 14 when she started dating Bill Wyman. I think they always claimed that they never did anything sexually until she turned 16. But they would say that, wouldn't they? Let's be honest. You're unmuted.
Yeah. Thank you. No, there was. I don't know if anybody ever saw. This is the thing about being famous, right? I don't know if anybody ever remember. I think it was either Raw or Delirious, the Eddie Murphy stand-up show, and he was saying about how even the most ugly bastards, when they're in bands, can get women, right? And it's saying about Mick Jagger, right? And then
I'm not. I think to call Mick Jagger an ugly bastard's a bit unfair. I He kind of looks weird now because he's bloody ancient. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's still like trying to procreate and have as many children as
Well,
possible.
this was in the 80s. In the 80s, so I don't know how old.
He's got a new. It's one of those. It's one of those unique looking guys. If you're
Yeah.
a woman, either you're gonna find him not attractive at all, or you're gonna find him kind of appealing in a weird way. It's that sort of guy. But Bill
Um,
Wyman, he kind of looks like a bit like a chartered accountant, even back in the 60s. Like he looks like the boring one. He's like the older one of the band, and maybe Charlie Watts looks a bit dull by comparison as well.
Yeah.
But like Jagger and Richards and Brian Jones when he was alive, they were like the Hellraisers, really.
Oh yeah.
And,
But
sort of like Wyman and Watts, I think, generally speaking, were considered more kind of the quieter and more sensible. But I mean, Wyman, as we know, he married a very young Mandy Smith. Although, didn't like Wyman eventually wind up with Mandy Smith's mother?
Something weird, something weird like that.
It's weird, like you divorce.
You imagine that as a double.
To get with the mother-in-law.
You imagine that as a double date.
Because then Mandy Smith, I think she went out with Wyman's son or something like that.
No crikey!
Bloody hell!
Yeah.
That's a weird family reunion, isn't it? Like,
well, you got I told you, didn't I? Jesse James Woods is in Reef. He plays the guitar in Reef.
Oh, is that Ronnie Wood's?
Ronnie Wood's son.
I didn't know.
Well, those people that don't remember Reef, you probably know the song "Place Your Hands" and "Come Back Brighter."
Paul Gambaccini. This isn't Radio 2.
No, don't call me Paul fucking Gambaccini. He was done for something, wasn't he?
All right, pod pickers. If you don't remember Reef, you got to remember this one from the mid-90s, mate. It's "Place Your Hands." Bloody hell, Chase. God, you just. Fucking hell, you're one catchphrase away from smashy and nicey.
Yeah. When are we gonna get see an intro like James? What do you mean?
You know, like I've got like a little pre-intro bit where it's my Thames television tribute.
Oh right, yeah.
Sounds like Craig
I'm imagining you did something online. Did you?
I did it all. I did it all myself from scratch. Like just got a photo.
Yeah.
I had to bloody like colorize it, edit it, and no end of times. Like render it like about 5 times in about 3 various video editing.
I'm not very artistic. You can see that from my thumbnails.
Put it this, Craig. If I can think of like a good pun on like an old TV company for Jace. Like I don't know.
There's something like TVS. Well, because that's my local. That was my local station.
Well, I mean, Thames wasn't my local, but like obviously a lot of the old TV that I watch always has that Thames thing on at the start.
I got one for you. If you could, it'd be bloody difficult to do. Do you remember the old Anglia one, right? Where it was the metal knight that span round.
Oh yeah.
Right. Have that. But effectively, me sat on in silver. Me sat on a silver toilet.
Yeah, I'd want to think of like a sort of like pun or angling because Thames and James was easy because like it's almost the same letters, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. I shall have to have a look.
And it's a
nice idea.
Instead of me using like the actual London backdrops because I'm from Chesterfield, I used a photo of Chesterfield.
It makes sense, yeah.
You know, I tried to colorise it so it looked kind of like sort of a similar colour, probably a bit brighter than the original Thames Island.
Yeah.
But
I must.
I don't know. I think for you, like like a really easy, almost lazy thing, like instead of Yorkshire television, like Dorkshire television.
Well, I was going to say instead of Anglia, you could have Sharticus.
I should have still put Jimmy in the Santa thumbnail.
Yeah. Oh yes, for our Secret Santa. Yeah.
Oh, you in it, Kurt? I forgot you.
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Because yeah.
Yeah, no, you'll have to bump that, mate, and don't let me forget to ask everybody for their channel links because we want to put that in the description for everybody. They've got to
Yeah.
organise that
Why don't you
soon.
just go through your subs list and look them up?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can do it. It's not
You
an issue.
can, but you're too lazy. You want, yeah.
No. Just saying, remind me I've got to do
Okay.
it.
Well, the Thames. I don't want to say that the Thames / James one was easy because it wasn't. It took me bloody hours to get it to a point where I was happy to put it out as like
Yeah,
it's a 6-second
I
clip.
shall.
If I can do something like and it looks all right and it's kind of it's kind of something that's
I
like
mean,
maybe using for Jason, then I'll try my best.
I'll
I can't
happily
promise.
use it. Actually, although I haven't got a logo, do you remember a few years back? And this isn't to promote or anything. This is just an idea. Do you remember a few years back I did that TV themes video, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I could have something like the Abby singing the Inspector Jason bit or whatever it is. Oh no, that was Lee, wasn't it? Inspector Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, or something weird like that. It's funny with showing how our channels have progressed over the years. When it was called JCTV, which was as we know was a mistake to call it that.
Yeah, and you still
Because
haven't
of getting
updated your Twitter
getting all the
handle.
blooming getting all the Bible bashers following me, right? But no, my first few videos I did, I'd have like a weird sound effect at the beginning, and I took it off because I thought that's just going to get piss irritating.
Mm.
Right. Also, the fact that you'd have to come up with a different one every single time, which from doing the yellow knife serenade the blade. It's difficult to keep coming up with a new one.
Towards the end, I mean, breaking my arm was like the excuse I needed just to stop doing that because if you remember my first couple of unboxings after I'd had my operation on my arm, I was like sort of I mean, this was I couldn't really move it properly, and I was like, sorry, I've got to unbox with one hand pretty much here, everybody, and so no Serenade the Blade, and then in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can drop this completely now, even when my arm gets better.
It was fun. It was fun.
And it was people kind of got a kick out of it. It was I didn't drop it because I wanted to disappoint like viewers or anything. I just got fed up of trying to think of things. It's like, oh god, I sometimes used to be standing around for like 3-4 minutes in the middle of shooting a video, just trying to think of a song that I knew a few of the words to. It was like, what am I doing? I'm standing around like a pillock.
No, but I mean, okay. To be fair, Coombsy, I'm not anti-religious. Okay, my mum went to school in a convent, so that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
And on that note,
and speaking of Patty, her son's about as useful as a nun's tits.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh dear. Oh god. See, you don't have to be quiplash. We can still sit here and roast Jace.
Yeah.
As useful. I do like that phrase. That you're about as useful as a nun's.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The old Bunny Barnes and her floppy hangers.
I still think that's weird that you still do those jokes after meeting her, though.
Yeah, as I said,
your mum, Jason, joking about it. Anyway, that wasn't a joke about Patty. That was a joke about you. I decided to.
All right, then. Fair enough.
Because you said she went to a convent school.
Yeah.
I said her son is about as useful as a nun's tits.
Yes.
Oh dear. Oh God, you two, I know. Yeah, your nan is religious. She went to Catholic school. It's interesting. Yeah. Well, yeah. Perhaps religions. I mean, God, we've talked about some serious stuff.
God,
Maybe
I'm trying to remember that jingle.
we'll try
Craig.
and sort out the meaning of life next week, Coomsy. I think we'll have got it sorted by then. I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I'll have.
make some notes, and he'll tell you the meaning of life by this time next week. Yeah.
No,
We're basically going to solve all the world's ills, I think, in the next 7 days. Yeah. Well, I think we've. Well, yeah. Not
no, it's
sort of
I
dancing like Jimmy Cranky on speeds. Really, got to solve anything, Jace. But
Jimmy Cranky on fucking speed. Bloody hell, that's an
what
image.
you look like? I don't know. It's just
Not really. You said I look like a bloody 4-year-old woman playing a bloody school kid.
4-year-old woman.
40-year-old.
Oh, 40. Bloody hell. She looked older than 40, even back when I remember them on the telly.
Well, yeah, that's
like
true.
40 years ago.
Yeah. My a little anecdote, right? My mum actually saw her walking into a female toilets when we were on holiday. She had to do a double take.
Well, yeah, I mean, she wouldn't have been well unless she was like doing a
show.
No,
she was dressed as a woman. That's why my mum did a double take. What was that? Meaning in life, shit, wank into a tea towel, shit some more. Yeah. Oh, and sleep and eat, obviously.
Yeah. See, Rach, you know Jason's theories on it. If you can just sort of elaborate on all that, although quite how much we need Jason to elaborate on his laboratorial and masturbatorium habits. I'm not sure.
I will definitely look up. Hang on, let me make a note of that.
42 times. Yeah.
What was the Channel School for Kids, wasn't it? Or Channel School Education or whatever. What did you call it? Let me scroll down again. Can't see it now. Can't find it.
Yeah, I do fancy doing another item. It's just
yeah. Channel 4 for schools. Okay, I'll have a look, mate. Because I vaguely remember that.
Could go very well, yeah.
Well, considering it's not suitable for mum, it's not suitable for anybody. So the last thing you want is, it kind of make. I get his wavelength. I get where he's coming from.
I remember that the clock in it. Yeah. I always used to find that countdown clock thing for the schools program. It excited me because it obviously mean like at school, like we weren't doing any work. We could just sit watching telly for half, even if it was like some crappy education.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
The anticipation just sat there like with that countdown, like, oh yes, no fucking maths for the next half an hour.
Yeah, no, Callum, I shall be very careful and make sure I've got all the filters enabled.
All right.
I don't want to go. Well, Jimmy calls me a nonce enough as it is without bloody someone else starting.
I only ever call you that one like you've really wound me up, and then it's like
about three times that I remember.
I don't sort of greet you every day with like, oh hello, morning, Jay, still nonsense. I don't say anything like that.
No, true.
No, if I blurted out nonce at you, it's probably because you've wound me up for some reason.
Probably. Like me calling you a price prickalilla.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, the theme for Jason. Yeah, I'm sure it is, mate. I'll look it up. Don't worry, I do know how to use Google and YouTube and all the rest of it, mate. Don't worry.
Oh, I thought you were still using Ask Jeeves.
I'll go on blooming, what was it, GeoCities or whatever it was called.
Oh, that was my first experience of like basic web design using GeoCities.
Yeah.
I had to do a little website.
It was like who did that. It was GeoCities. I can't remember now.
It was Yahoo who
Was it
around that.
Yahoo?
Yeah.
What was that other? What was that other one? That I can't remember. It was long defunct web browser.
Oh,
I'm trying to think.
web browser. It's like Netscape or something, was it?
But it was something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you're gonna start reminiscing about old internet
No, no,
web
no, 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 no,
browsers
no, no.
that we've
Yeah,
that we've once
I,
knew and loved, that
yeah,
might be a good time
yeah.
to, unless you've got anything particular you want to talk about.
No, well, we just said
Um,
about AOLT coasters.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
All the
remember that. Yeah,
CDs you used to send through the
yeah.
post.
No,
No, I don't think he's referring to Internet Explorer because that's still. I know that doesn't exist as such anymore, but I think that's still
no,
fresh in a lot of people's minds. That
yeah.
on Coombsy wants to know if you've been watching the new Games
No,
Master.
I keep meaning to watch it. What is it on? Is it all? Is it all four? Something like that.
Well, it's E4, but
A4.
you'll be able to catch up on all four. I would have thought.
I don't know whether old. I suppose if anybody could pull it off, it would be Trevor McDonald. But I don't know. You still have this image of Patrick Moore doing it, and I hope bloody Dominic Diamond doesn't come back. That's for certain.
Now they'll have like new young trendy presenters on who we all like us old farts will have never heard of.
Yeah.
In fact, he doesn't interest me in the slightest. New Games Master. It's gonna be like a bunch of sort of like slack-jawed boys like playing FIFA against each other, isn't it?
Well, yeah, probably.
Like
The
back in our day, Jason, it would have been school kids playing Sonic and things like
Yeah.
that. Mario. It's like you won't get
Yeah,
any of that
decent
now.
stuff. Yeah, no, I know. No, I did like however you pronounce his name, Doro Brains, Breen, his 8-bit thing that he did. Is it
Oh, no,
O'Brien?
I never bothered with it. Never watched
Yeah.
it.
No, it's kind of fun.
I do like certain retro video game and computer stuff, but it has to be from certain people,
Was
like
it?
mainly YouTube channels, really. Like I don't mind some of Ashen's stuff on it. The
I got
Funko
fed up
Pop
with
hater
Ashen.
himself.
Yeah, I got fed up with Ashen. So quite boring.
Some of his stuff I don't watch at all because I just know how irritating he could be on it. But other things,
Yeah.
like
The
as long as
one,
he doesn't sort of go off on too much of a tangent.
the one I
I'm not
do,
too bad.
the one I do miss is Bartians how they used to do it.
No.
Right? When they started just doing it, it was just the two of them like talking, doing it like a podcast thing. It got dull as buggery, so I unsubscribed. Yeah, not Lara Croft. I couldn't stand bloody Tomb Raider. That was a pain in the ass. That game with me, oh Mrs. Triangle Tits.
Yeah, Jace, you wouldn't want to pull her really. Like, come on.
No. Angelina Jolie as Tomb Raider. That's fair enough. But I'm not going to get excited about some
Jason,
flipping.
are all the women you fancy like ones who were like last seen 15 years ago?
So, what's wrong with that?
What?
Right. Okay.
In the chat group, I was like me. I think Ring as well. We're asking Jason who his current like celebrity crushes are. And, like, all we could think of was Jessica Alba. Like, who's seen bloody Jessica Alba in anything for over a decade?
So,
like, couldn't you think of anyone? Like all the Marvel films and stuff that have come out.
no, well, I don't know names. I don't know names. So
Well,
that's
you
my
could
problem.
say the characters like her who played such and such. Then,
you know, I'm not a kid anymore. I don't sort of play into that oogling over celebrity. You know, all right, there may be very attractive women.
Well, yeah, let me ask you. You found I wasn't saying, it wasn't like a kind of.
No.
Like list like your top 10 birds or something. It was like, who in the public eye do you find attractive? And like, all you can think of is Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
It's fair and nice choice. I mean, a bit generic for me personally, but I get it. But I would have more kind of 10, 15 years ago,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I go old school. I mean, there's old Tia Carrera. If you remember
Yeah,
her.
yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
Yeah, that Wayne's World.
Top 10 celebrities. Yeah, yeah. Basically, we wanted to know Jason's top 10 tea towel moments in the masturbation. Trouble is,
It's funny.
with
It's
Jason's age and knowing
my
who he used to be into, most of
yeah
that top 10 would have been that
my
dirty
yeah.
flosh Samantha Fox.
Well, yeah, no, my taste in women, that was. Let's be honest, right? I was about 13 when I first discovered her, right?
No, bloody hell, she hadn't been around that long.
She's fucking well old now. She was certainly older than me. That's for damn certain, right? No, because that was the thing. It was like one of my friends, because her dad used to buy the Sun, and she said, "Oh, you've heard of Samantha Fox?" And I thought, "Oh, she looks all right looking, right?" But
Jason,
I'm
tits out every day, mate. That's why.
yeah, but that was the thing. That was the thing, right? I mean, come on, for fuck's sake! I bought her pissing records. What does that fucking tell you?
I prefer her records to her tits, to be honest. I don't care what anyone says. Touch Me, I Want Your Body's a great single. I'll defend that to anyone. It is.
The only ones I could still say that I kind of like now is the ones that she did with Full Force, and that's because I like Full Force. But otherwise, forget it.
Oh, there's so many potential jokes like sort of swimming around my head at the moment.
What, Full Force seeing Samantha Fox? That's where you were going with it, wasn't it?
All right, don't Jay-splain. I think it was pretty self-explanatory, really, since you said it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no,
Jason,
if it comes to
is seen in many YouTube thumbnails, like with you, whenever you're there, like chances are, if there's
you
a
put the
blank
poster in
wall,
the background,
there'll be a Samantha Fox poster up behind you. It's one of the little recurring Easter eggs I like to put in my thumbnail.
But when I was in Nipper, it was sort of like, oh no, you've got to go for the the buxom blondes and all the rest of it. They're the best women, and then it's like, no, I honestly prefer women with with dark hair now.
Okay,
just do.
All you brunettes, watch out! Jason's young, free, and looking for not young.
Well, not young, but yeah.
Yeah. But he's certainly free until the.
Do you know what's weird though?
Him anyway.
Do you know what's weird though? I still, and it's not even said in an ironic or jokey way, right? I still occasionally get called young man. Fuck knows why.
Well, it's like a probably parental or older generation thing, isn't it? Like,
well, yeah, but there's people
if they called you young man 50 years ago, they weren't going to call you young man now.
Yeah, but I mean, there's people that younger. There's people that younger than me that have called me young man.
Well, that's just. I think that they've been sarcastic there, Jace.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. If they are, there's no hint of sarcasm in their voice at all.
First time I ever saw you, Jason, I thought, oh, right, so YouTube definitely doesn't have any upper age restrictions then.
Yeah. Oh, people that do it out of kindness, probably.
Yeah. And then these young people who just take the piss out of him because he looks fucking ancient. That rules me out. You got blocked. No, I don't know. I'll never rule you out, Rach, because I still think you and Jason would have a lovely Hobbit wedding. You've seen the photographic evidence as well, Rach.
I know what it is. You just want to see my Hobbit hole.
Oh, God. I don't know who that was addressed to specifically, and I'm not sure I want to know either.
Well, mainly you, Jimmy, because you're obsessed with my ass.
I'm a fan of the noises your ass makes. I'm obsessed with it. It's a little bit of a stretch.
I'm the right side of 50. Oh, am I? No,
No,
I'm the
you're
other
the
side
wrong
of
side of
50.
50 now.
I am now. I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. So
To be fair,
I'm.
he's been the wrong side of
Then-
50 since the
yeah.
1970s. So.
It won't be. It won't be long till my funeral.
Oh, what a lovely thought.
Actually, all joking aside with that, right? I
When
lasted.
you
I
please.
lasted. I lasted 36 years longer than any doctor gave me credit for.
Well, you're a medical marvel, obviously.
Exactly. Well, I
So,
wouldn't say that because my body's completely fucked. But yeah.
some of the rectal noises you make are certainly marvelous. So I don't know, you can class them as medical marvels. I mean, they entertain me,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Scientific marvels, maybe. I don't know about medical marvels.
Yeah.
It's like people are still trying to work out how such noises emanate from such a small person. See, I'm quite happy to roast myself.
Oh, good. I'll bear that in mind for
Yeah.
Whiplash, which hopefully will get done again
Bloody hell.
before Christmas.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing regarding the live shows over Christmas. I think it depends.
well, I obviously I'll be away for some of it, but if you want me to get on, I will try.
Well, I mean, I probably want to have at least a week or 2 weeks
Yeah.
break at
We
some.
don't have
Like,
any more. We don't have any more.
like Christmas Eve's on a Friday. I can't see me wanting to do a Christmas Eve thing because I'd be worried about. Unless enough people said to me beforehand, "Oh yeah, no, we'll be there if you do it," then maybe. But my nan, as a tiny dog, you have to evacuate the room when that bugger Yeah.
Yeah, well, dog farts do bloody reek. It doesn't matter what the dog is; they reek.
Yeah.
Fucking when my dad's dog lets go. Fucking hell, does that stink?
It's all, for Jason though. It's all about the noises. It's all about
Yeah.
yeah. It's
He
more
does. He
it's
does.
more of
He
an audio,
do.
it's more of an audio experience
Jimmy,
than.
Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy's sense of humour is very juvenile. Not that I blame him in the least. You know, fair play. But nothing. I said, there's no funnier than a burp or a fart.
I find poo funny. Sue me.
That's one thing. What is this obsession with kids and poo related toys?
I don't know,
You
but
know,
like
bloody toilets and
you're
stuff.
you're a bloody old age pensioner, and you were asking for poo related toys recently. Those weird things that like shit or something.
Oh yeah. But they're not actually sat on the toilet, and there's not actually poo. Well, right. Though I suppose you could say
Well, yeah,
you
that's not
could.
real poo.
No. I know that for fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
but like that's meant to be like the implication of it, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, but it's green. It's green slime with those Sharto things or whatever they're called. Right, Hagrids or fucking whatever they're called, right? That's obviously green slime. It's not meant to be realistic. But when you can actually buy a fucking porcelain bowl with a little plastic shit in it,
well, it's probably
like
like
why?
I don't know, like
And
a joke.
then they give them names, or they've got glitter in them or something. They've got eyes on them, or some crap like that. It's like the kids are just obsessed with poo.
Jesus, this chat's going there. It is, and on that note, I think now that Jason started on his
Quite literally
on
down
the
the
topic,
toilet.
when Jason gets the call for a mastermind, I mean, this is going to be specialty subject. Isn't it?
Well, no, I know fuck all about it. That's why
The
I
human
asked.
digestive system.
No, but it's all weird. There's all weird
I know,
things.
like let's face it, he'll be on Amazon and bloody all the other weird shopping sites, like
Yeah.
looking for poo-related toys.
I'm waiting for the kids' game. Called Make Dad Shit Himself.
Well, playing with you, Jason, it'll probably be very easy to win. Right. Anyway, we've been on for God,
It's
must be
entertainer, mate.
almost 3 hours. But wow,
Yeah.
that's about twice as
If
long
I,
as what we did
if,
last week.
I'll tell you what. If people, right, I'm just saying. Sorry, Jimmy, you're trying to wrap up. I know. If people want to see me, if as long as they're not stupid money, I'm not spending like 10 quid on a little bit of shitty bit of plastic. Oh wait, I'll do that already.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, if people
Hello.
want me to get some of the toilet toys, I can try and find them again, or at least I'll go
Yeah,
into.
I would like to see you do more toilet toy related stuff, Jace. Yeah, I think it suits your brand very well. That actually, I'm
Fair
not.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I
I'm
shall see what I
genuinely
can do.
pleased.
If nothing else, I shall see if I can get some photos in the entertainer.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Rach. Thank you also to Coombsy, Craig, everyone else who came in and out. I know we had appearances from Ring and Leroy earlier on as well. So
Yeah, that was good.
yeah, I think we've done all right time-wise tonight, but that's going to be it. So
considering
hopefully,
considering we didn't know what the hell we were going to talk about when we first came on.
well, no, we didn't. But yeah, we can talk bollocks for 3 hours. We've proved that.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you, everyone. Hopefully back next Friday. Same time, whether it be Quiplash or just chatting again, I'm not sure. Oh, hang on, Jason's got more business for you.
Right. The only thing I was going to ask was, right, I know most of you already have, right? Probably everyone in here already has. But my giveaway ends on Sunday at 12 p.m. So if you haven't already entered, please go and do so.
This
Or if you
Sunday.
know anyone that's into those ones, the Star Wars stuff, give them a shout and let them know. Thank you. Cheap plug.
So that's 2 days it ends then, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Jason's latest giveaway ends in 2 days. Enter if you haven't already. And that's it from us. We'll see you hopefully in a week's